Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Culture Cast. I am joined by Tubbs and Baby Tubbs.
A freak of
Um,
nature on the screen. I love it.
I'm sure Chris would be delighted that I decided to show this picture again
Right off the cuff as well.
right
45
off the
seconds
top.
in, like.
So how is everybody in the chat today?
I'm
Um,
good. I'm good.
Tubbs, you're not in the chat. You're on the show, you lemon.
We'll see about that.
Let's get to the comments, and I'm going to leave this up for a minute because I want everyone who gets in late to just have a peek
To
at Mini
just
Tubs.
stare at my mini Tubbs body. That
Nick Houlihan is here. Mick Houlihan. He says, "Death by doggies." Dark
Mhm.
Lycan Baz is in the chat. Evening Baz. Evening Brian in chat.
Story, buddy.
Jonathan is Jonathan is here. Hey Brian Tubbs in chat. Insert snarky comment here. Jonathan, you're slacking. You've got to put in your own snarky comment, my friend. Uh, John out your bollocks. Jeez, that's off a chat for a Tuesday. Uh, just everybody. Lobot says, "What is this horror I see?" Ah,
It
it's
is
it's
my
Tubbs on a
my
baby.
twisted spawn friend.
Mick says, "Unleash the dwarf upon his Shetland pony." Uh,
I'm inbreeding those ponies now, kid.
yeah, and this picture is the result.
It is fucking terrifying, James. It very much is.
The image is terrifying. Connor says, "I'm not here." Yeah, Connor's busy trying to not watch Liverpool lose. Mick says, "Zombie baby."
Zombie.
Jonathan just saying hello to everybody.
Hello to all the boys.
Insert snarky comment for Jonathan there. Okay, so Tubbs,
Yes, my
we
friend.
got. Yes, that is your name. How are you this week?
I'm good. I'm good actually. I mean, quite a productive week actually. So
Do
I've
tell, do tell, do tell.
it's been weird, right? It's been very productive in some ways, and other days I've been drawing some shit I haven't finished, so might not have any art this week. But that's
Okay.
just because it'll be pushed to next week because I'll be finishing more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started. It was kind of a very I started a load of shit and didn't get it done because I was doing other shit and ended up at a fucking random film festival. Okay, yeah, just I've been physically out walking every day. Been good week. Got a lot of content into the brain as well. So, and I wrote some shit. I have a. We'll talk about it later, but I have a new script for you to read
Oh,
soon.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, Jonathan says, Jonathan says, "Keep it fucking zipped, or you might pop out a gimp." And Lobot says, "Hi Brian, Spawn of Tubbs, Baz, Mr. Redmond, Connor, James." So yeah, guys, let's get on to some topics, shall we? So Tubbs, have you got a show and tell for this week?
I do. Yeah.
Let's see it then. Let's show the tell the show.
Oh yeah. Let's show and tell about it. Oh yeah. So
You show the product. You tell us what it is.
yeah. So basically, I got these fucking motherfucking
Oh,
thing
you
here.
opened it.
I did open
Oh,
it.
hold on. I'll make
I
you
said I'd actually put it
larger.
on display for you, buddy.
I'll make it bigger.
Are we?
There you go.
Yeah, it's a fucking Bret Hart and Undertaker twin pack came with a fucking stand and all. Can't know if you see it for your wrestling fans, but it's got the old um winged gold emblem on it and everything else. But like fucking, this is the Bret Hart. Where is it? Yeah, Bret
Yeah,
Hart's
you'll
got
see
this
it
like
there.
weird hair thing on him though. I don't know what the fuck that's about down his
Yeah,
face. But the other,
they can't do his hair right at all, Mattel.
yeah, this fucking. I took him off. This Undertaker's pretty badass though. Where's it?
So
So he's
that's
pretty
Tubbs and
fucking
his
decent, and he's
Gotses.
much taller than Brett as well, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, I like the fucking decent fucking Brett figure as well, man.
Fucking.
Fucking.
That's all I
But
heard, my friend.
yeah, I was over in the Smith's toy store, and obviously, picking up bits and pieces for the girls and stuff, and yeah, I fucking did this one on the shelf. It had $15 or $25 or whatever it was, but on the so when I put it on like the reduction sale for a tenner. And I was like, I went up and remember, I was like, oh, it's 25. It says tenner on the box. And he was like, okay, I'll give it to you for a tenner. So I was like, fucking hell, 2 figures in the stand for $10, man, not a bad fucking purchase. And they're two great wrestlers as well that I actually like delight to have in my collection.
Um, oh, Smithlord is in the chat. Smithlord, I kept it here for you just to show, like, to give you that laugh you want every.
Smitlord has genuinely become like my what's the best way to phrase it? It's
Arch nemesis.
oh god, no, not my arch nemesis, man. He's been very helpful to me actually, but fucking um what's it? It's like oh, I can't think of it. It's like a blessing and a curse in disguise, basically. You know? These
The angel
fucking
and demons
awesome
thing.
graphics. No, you've got these weekly awesome things that are coming out, and I think they're fucking hilarious. But then he created the Spawn fucking Christmas Jesus baby of Tubbs, like.
Jonathan's pissed off at me. He said, "For fuck's sake, Brian, you bleeding kill my joke by only reading out the punchline." Yeah, I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm trying to go through these. And then he says, 6 people in chat and you can't keep up with the chat. All right, shit on my live stream. Yeah, you do that, Jonathan. Fuck you.
Insert snarky comment.
There's the snarky comment, you're right. Chris says, Tubbs is right. The Undertaker's ass, but that's because wrestling sucks ass.
Oh, dude.
Vader's girl is here. Hey, Kat, how are you?
Hey, love, how are you?
You were on one of the other ones the other night. I was watching a live stream and they were really good. Smuggler's Canyon is here. Good evening, boys and girls. Mr. Blue Jeans, grey jeans. Everybody just say hello. Smithlord says, I love that picture. I'm going to get it on a t-shirt. Who wants one?
Oh, God, dude. T-shirt it away, man. Fucking make it merchandise. Go for it.
Now, Jonathan, you wash out your dirty mouth. Still more entertaining than Brett ever was. I won't have that. I'm sorry.
Funny thing about
you
it
like
is,
Shawn
right?
Michaels, who was basically a fucking male stripper. So shut up.
It's basically like I bought a Bret Hart figure and I'm a fucking huge Shawn Michaels fan. So like, you know, I can use my new Shawn Michaels figure to like just screw job him at every chance I get.
Brett
Like,
doesn't care. Just everybody saying hello. Mick says meow.
meow.
Vader's girl says, hey, Jonathan. And Smuggler's Canyon does say hello to everybody as well. I disappeared. There we go. Good evening, boys and girls.
Story, buddy.
John says Brett was one of the worst promo guys in the industry. I will give you that, but he was one of the best.
Yeah, he was never a great promo,
industry.
but in his in-ring work was fucking
Talks a lot of shit now, though, which is hilarious.
Some might say he's a better promo guy now than he ever was.
Did you see that meme going around of him where he's like smiling awkwardly and there's someone behind him holding their nose?
Yes, and he left off a fucking big fart in the crowd. Like
that. And Lobot says the Spawn of Tubbs is named Fecky instead of Chucky. I would say Fucky.
Fucky, because I just fucking say fuck all the time.
Or Mucky the Myros midget.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fucking hell. There we go. I'm saying it now as well. So, Tubbs, will we do this week's shows first or will we do D23 first?
You got something to show, right?
I've got something to show and tell, actually, first before we go any
You
further.
can't just move on from your own show and tell.
I know. I forget these things, Tubbs.
See, Brian has got so many things
morning,
in his office right now. He's like, Ash, fucking, I forget what I actually buy at times, you know?
I do like Mix One, Fuck Your Hair.
Fuck your hair.
It's a nice play on that show. Chris says also, I watched a wrestling match once where a guy was getting his nuts grabbed and used his superpower nuts to flip the other way. Yeah, that guy is like a sex offender, so I wouldn't watch.
Yeah, we don't speak about him like Joey fucking fuckface Ryan. Like,
Tubbs knows his name and all. I couldn't think of his name.
There we go.
So, okay, let's make myself big.
I just turned the TV off because it's playing havoc with my fucking lighting.
Okay, so this just arrived today from Toys R Us in the UK. And I got a fuck ton of customs with it as well. I wasn't happy with that. But anyway, so this is from Tekken 7. My newest Storm Collectibles figure. It is King.
Fucking savage, man.
And yeah, you can't really see much of it there, like. But looks really, really cool. And I'm going to start the review for that in the morning. And
the box art is fucking savage.
Like, I always liked this character, but this wouldn't be probably my favorite look. I always liked him from Tekken 2 and 3.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
delighted to get him.
No, he's a beast of a character, like.
And that's literally the only thing I got this week. So questions. Dark Light, Roland. Jonathan says his in-ring work was good. It took getting fucked up the ass by Vince on live TV to get Brett stopped doing an impression of a bleeding plank of wood, and not the good wooden planks with the cheap IKEA crap.
Yeah, I'll say it straight out, like as I was saying there a few minutes ago. Like, he was never the best promo guy. His in-ring work was above the majority of people. His in-ring work alone would put him in probably some of the best wrestlers of all time. He genuinely was fucking one of the greatest fucking workers in the business. Like,
I think I turned Jonathan against me with that comment a while ago.
Oh yeah, now he's out for your blood.
He's an awesome figure of a great wrestler, unlike Bret Hart, who sucks balls. Well, at least if you're going to slag Bret Hart, at least spell his name right, you muppet. Oh, I'm only slagging. Dark Lycans say hello to Lobot, same as Smugglers. James says Savage Brian, love that King.
Yeah, he's
Nick
fucking
says,
wicked,
King,
man.
how much for customs? I think it was like €25, which is not nice.
Fucking,
yeah,
that's crazy fucking money, man.
So yeah, like the caveat I always say is, well, I paid for the figure months ago, so that money is long gone, so that doesn't count. I know that's a stupid way.
It still fucking counts, Brian.
It's one way to normalize it to myself. Jared is here. Hey, Jared.
Story, buddy.
Smith Lord says, Brian turning himself big. I don't know if that's dig against Tubbs or a dirty Willie stroking thing. It's both, Chris. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
just to let you know, both.
I mean, for all you know, Brian never raises his hands above the screen much, so like he could have his hands down below all day long.
I thought Baz says I thought it was just the Scots that loves saying fuck.
No, man, I fucking love the fucking word as much as fucking anyone else does.
Celtic people.
There's Celtic blood in us all, kid.
Mick says Super 7, now Bret Hart. Say it ain't so, Jono. Actually, Jonathan, you'll be glad to know I have my own sign off now that's very similar to yours.
Do you know what would be the worst day for Jonathan ever is if Super 7 made a Bret Hart figure?
Why would it be the worst day ever? It would probably be
because
the
he hates both of them. Like, that would be just a package sandwich of hatred. Yeah, but it would be just a package sandwich of hatred for the fucking business or the company that made the wrestler that is of shit promo quality.
George is saying a lot of people. James says good sale in Dublin City Comics, 50% on some stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's running to the end of September too.
I did hear that apparently, like, a lot of the stuff on the site doesn't reflect what's actually in the store. So it's like there's kind of
they have put up pictures of the displays on their Facebook page now as well. So you can
there's like fucking NECA stuff for 20 quid now.
Like, page. And there's lots of, as you said, loads of cool NECA stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't get all because when I saw the first post I saw was like a lot of fucking like graphic novels, and you know me, I'm a graphic novel whore. I love them, like, and I was like, oh fuck me, Jesus Christ, for 50% off graphic novels, like. But then I kept scrolling, and then it was like NECA figures and fucking, you know, like Marvel Legends.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ, and no one noticed.
And I couldn't find that book nowhere, man. I was fucking gutted.
Which one were you looking for?
No, fuck me, Jesus Christ, man.
Ah, okay. Let's see, you're checking the wrong source for that. Mikey Casey, my friend, how are you? Mikey,
you fucking suck. I'm joking, Casey. Welcome to the chat.
Jonathan said, Brian, I spelt his name wrong to get back for all the typos I had to put up with in his boring ass book about how lame he was and how everyone was out to get him. Oh man, I love it. I love the hate. Let the hate flow through you, my son.
I mean, to be fair, he did have a second coming in his career. Like, now his promos are so good, you don't know if he's shooting for real or not. Like,
oh, he's definitely shooting for real.
Yeah, but they're so convincing.
He doesn't know how to play make believe. That's the problem.
He lost the make believe art of the wrestling.
Chris says worst day ever. Not so much I can think of worst days. Rolando is here. Everyone say hello to him.
Rolando.
So yeah, oh yeah, now I can actually get off the. Oh, Mikey, while you're here, have you seen the creepy Tubbs baby?
It definitely is the Jesus Christmas spawn of Twisted Tubs.
Yeah, but that's my last time I'm gonna.
Oh my fucking god! Looking at it closer. Do you know your man? What's your man's name? Fucking from Love Hate.
Nidge.
John Connors. It looks like Tubbs and John Connors had a baby. That's what it looks like.
Oh wow.
Shetland pony traveling kid.
Mick said he is the money as fuck. To be fair, I did meet Bret Hart, and he was fairly miserable. If I'm gonna lie, not gonna lie, because it was like, remember at that time he came off the bike and he had the stroke or whatever it was.
The stroke, yeah.
It was about 3 months after that, so he still wasn't in great shape.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen the picture, and he doesn't look like he doesn't look like he doesn't want to be there. And even if it did, you were so happy in the picture, it wouldn't have mattered. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I didn't care.
You got your money's worth.
Yeah, more or less. Shit just jumped on me. But yeah, Bret Hart, miserable bastard.
Brian met him as he was just writing down hate mail to Hulk Hogan or some shit.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hello. Mikey says, I hate him. Not sure if that's Bret Hart now or the Tubbs baby. I'm sure he'll tell us.
I mean,
Connor says
either way, like, it looks like short.
Jonathan said, Tubbs, which promo was that? Was it one of the many where he forgot which wrestler he was blaming that week for ending his career?
Oh, well, dude, it
was Goldberg.
Like he's apparently he's best friends with Ric Flair now, and for years he slated Ric Flair. Like, it's so fucking strange. Like,
just everyone here. I'm just going through everyone saying hello. Chris says, like, if you were to get hit by a bus, instead of not wearing clean underpants, you were in a dirty lady's top. Yeah, it sounds like a bad day, all right. Can't be Connor. Pat's taller. Hello, Rolando, and everyone just in. Tubbs baby.
Tubbs baby.
Sorry, was Brian just having a pop at someone for not recovering?
Just throwing it out there for Mikey Casey.
No, I wasn't actually having a pop. I was saying that's why he was so down in himself, because he couldn't walk or anything
because
properly.
It was shortly after.
I didn't blame him for not wanting to be there. That's what I was saying. I wasn't having a pop at him. No way, Jesus.
But I was just throwing it out there, Brian, as well. Right, this is from Mikey Casey. If Mikey's weird, crazy brain wants to start writing a prequel story to Father Johnny, I'm pretty sure we can get Smitlar to do the CGI work on the baby version of the Father Johnny fucking coming of age priest story. Make it work, Mikey. Write that shit.
Chris says, are going for colonoscopy or prostate exam, and just after they put your thumb up your arse, you feel both hands on your shoulders. Wow.
But I bet you, right? Smitlar was probably like smiling more than Bret Hart probably does on a good day.
Probably. I'm messing Brian, behave yourself. Well, you can never be sure, because in this age of internetness, people can get sour over the smallest of things. Even
you gotta watch your fucking P's and Q's, man.
2-1 Liverpool. No one cares, Connor.
Look at the Undertaker.
Oh,
he's flexing, dude. Get your mind out of the gutter.
He plays with toys like he plays with himself.
Challenge accepted.
Was it a work stroke or a shoot stroke? Need to check that, as the lad is a proper carny. Fuck. Digital de-aging.
Digital de-aging. There you go, Mikey.
Well, Mikey, all you have to do that is shave Tubbs, because he looks about 30 years younger when you shave.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just take the beard off. I'm fucking basically de-aged.
Okay, so we've got way off fucking topic here.
We're 19 minutes in and we've fucking rambled about Bret Hart, fucking de-aging fucking priests and fucking something or other.
Okay, Tubbs, would you rather talk about D23 first, or would you rather talk about all the TV shows you spent all week watching?
Well, we can get the TV shows out of the way if you want. I can cover D23 after that.
It was Disney Plus Day last Thursday, And why is Tubbs making
Smith
jokes?
He wasn't wanking, man. He was
I
flexing.
don't know. I don't know.
He was flexing, dude. He's a wrestler.
This I 100% can concur on. This is definitely not the stream for the snowflake generation.
They
Because
can
all the
jerk themselves
snowflakes
off and
melt.
fucking spit in their like, yeah, wipe their own tears away while they do it.
It's all that cunt's Bret Hart's fault.
It's Bret Hart's fault as well for the snowflake generation, man.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, okay. So Disney Plus Day. I kind of wanted to talk about this a while. I think I did talk about it when I saw it in the cinema, but I want to hear your thoughts on it, Tubbs.
On which?
Thor: Love and Thunder was brought to streaming last Thursday.
I mean,
I think everyone in the chat knows my feelings on this movie.
Okay, so I'm assuming like because it's been out so long, there's like no need to put up a spoiler thing here because.
Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, we're going to talk about it now.
Yeah, so you like go make a cup of tea and come back in like 10-ish minutes.
Go have a fight. I do think
that they had the wrong title for this movie. Instead of Thor: Love and Thunder, I reckon they should have called it Finding Chemo.
Oh my god. I am sorry for that. Oh my god, Tubbs. Wow. That is probably the worst thing anybody has said on this chat, on this show so far. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
You utter cretin. Oh wow. Look, even Mick is disgraced. That is terrible, I have to say. But you're going like I laughed, so I'm just as fucking bad. And Connor said that is 100% brilliant comedy, Tubbs. That's fucking Jimmy Carr level, man. Are you sure you didn't look that up on the internet or something? That's too clever.
I could have seen it somewhere, dude. It just fucking. I was just rambling here, and it popped into my brain. But I'm sorry if that offended anyone. I just I can be pretty impulsive sometimes.
Jonathan says Christian Cena. This is an Irish web stream, and we very rarely get snow. That comment is a tad problematic. Actually, the only time we get snow is in a Dublin bathroom, really. And Saturday night. That's where the only place you get snow in Ireland.
Well, the icon's back open now, so.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's snowing in Limerick.
Smith Lord says, I like Thor: Love and Thunder. Buff Natalie Portman makes my underpants tighter.
Okay. All jokes aside.
Tubbs, don't listen to Brian. That joke was 10 times funnier than that god awful fucking movie.
I fucking love it.
Taika Waititi needs to Waititi away.
Okay, this is my basic take on this. I really enjoyed certain moments of it, but it's probably the most convoluted fucking Marvel movie I've watched in a long time. It basically feels like Taika Waititi created Korg in Ragnarok, right? It's just like side character.
Well, he didn't create movie. Korg. He made his own version of Korg.
Well, he made his own. Do you know what I mean? Like his version of it. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like in this one, he kind of semi-made himself the main character. Like he became the narrator. Like basically, like he.
Once upon a time, there was a space Viking. Fuck off.
Dude, he was fucking talking throughout the entire movie. He was in fucking every scene, even when he fucking got like dusted by fucking Zeus, he's still fucking there with his stupid face. This movie was crazy in a lot of ways. You had the Guardians in it. You had Gore the God Butcher. You had fucking Mighty Thor. You had Valkyrie. You had fucking like on paper, man, you had all the makings of a fucking epic movie.
Yeah.
But then you agreed with me, and I agreed with you on this. They made Thor dumb as fuck. He was having a fucking like a love affair, fucking lover spat with fucking his fucking hammer for the whole movie. The screaming goats.
It was so was the point. Fucking, what's the word?
And even the worst part of it was for me. the fucking worst part for me was they brought Zeus into this movie. Zeus, one of the most powerful gods in the history of fucking the whole fucking thing, and they made it into a fucking joke, like just to get Chris Hemsworth fucking his clothes off. That's all it was. That whole set piece was just set up to like get him in the buff and make a joke about fucking you flick too hard. You know what I mean? And Gore the God Butcher, I loved Christian Bale, but it's another Marvel point of. I know, yeah, fucking. But Gore the God Butcher for me falls into that realm of really, really, really fucking good actors playing Marvel villains that kind of just get wasted and just tossed aside at the end. We've seen it happen a few times. Natalie Portman was a surprise for me. I genuinely wanted more of her as Thor. I thought she was really cool as. What?
Who doesn't want more of her? To be fair.
Oh yeah, well I mean like Natalie Portman's fucking.
You're breaking my heart.
And even then, I wanted to fucking see where that went. But no, overall, like overall, it was one of those things. Is like it wasn't bad enough for me to turn it off, but it wasn't good enough for me to ever watch it again.
Okay, so on that topic, I tried to watch. I saw it in cinema, obviously.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it Thursday, and gotta laugh. It's okay.
You laughed at your own joke.
I got about 25 minutes into it, and I was like, no, not watching this again. It's fucking shite.
And one thing I will say as well, man, I found some of the CGI in it was woeful.
Yeah, but I think they've been having problems with the VFX.
No, but that comes down to what's happening across the whole industry at the moment.
Yeah.
With CGI, like people were giving out about She-Hulk as well, about the fucking CGI. It's the world, it's the climate, it's the backlog that's there, man. Do you know what I mean? Some movies are getting like fucking 100% treatment, and other movies aren't getting as much love. Like it's crazy. Like visually, I will say one thing. Visually, this film was striking. It looked fantastic in so many different ways. But in other ways, then it was like they took Ragnarok's comedy and Ragnarok's color and visual and ramped it to an 11, right? And then they made this movie and they just kept ramping.
Yeah,
and forgot to kind of take it back down. You know what I mean?
What I think, my theory in this film is, like with Ragnarok, he was a first-time director, and they curated a lot of his what he did.
They kind of left him.
Whereas now, like with Love and Thunder, they just said, "Go, oh, you know what you're doing. Go do what you're fucking doing."
But it's a good example to anyone going forward. Is Taika's a great filmmaker, but you need to rein that fucker in a bit.
But I wouldn't even say that though. It's if you watch any of his other films, like that Jojo Rabbit or that Hunt for the Wilder People or whatever it's called, they're all great. They're all very good movies.
I've liked any Star Wars stuff.
The franchise stuff suits him. Is what I'm trying to say, really.
Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I'm 100% right on this. But was Thor: Love and Thunder the first Marvel movie to use the Star Wars, that new fucking, what's it called? It's called the
video wall thing.
The video wall thing. Is that the first movie to use that new, what you call it?
New technology.
The new technology, because I will say one thing. I think in some parts of it, it looked so fucking good. Like, but then there's other things. Like even at the start with the Guardians, that he walks out, and let's be honest, I noticed at the minute I saw it in the trailer, he's tribute to Big Trouble in Little China when he walks out and he's a little white vest and the jeans.
He was wearing the classic boots as well, and
I did like that scene. I was kind of, oh, this is fucking cool. Look, I love the banter between him and Star-Lord. But then he goes on the battlefield and he starts doing Thor things and he's fucking shit up. But then he just jumps and does the splits between these two fucking like ships.
The worst thing about that opening battle for me was, it was brilliant. He was killing all these guys and making bits of them, and then he just destroys their big fucking castle thing. And I was like,
yeah, it was kind of, this is what I mean, is it was kind of like they were throwing jokes in where jokes weren't needed.
It's like when the first Thor came out,
Yeah,
and that first scene where he's
still
fighting
my
all the
favorite
frost.
Thor.
Yeah, same here. He's still
Yeah, but still I love it.
where he's fighting all the frost giants or whatever, and then they're
Yeah,
hopelessly outnumbered. He's like, "Ah, let's go!" And then Odin fucks him out of it and brings him home. That's the Thor that is in Love and
I mean,
Thunder.
I do get
How
it. I
how
do
many times have we seen him now? And all that development seems like it's
now.
gone.
I mean, and I have heard as well. I remember reading this online as well. That it was like, do you know, like from the first tour all the way to the Dark World and through Endgame and fucking
Mm.
Ragnarok and all those. Like, do you know what I mean? This completely out of order, by the way. But you know, all that he's run, it was this. It building him up as the warrior, and it was like all of the kind of the grief and the loss started to set in, and the PTSD of it all, and he was kind of left to find himself, and all of that had worked. It was kind of like this film tried to like do all of that again
Undo it.
in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was kind of weird, and then very fucking end of it, he just as a kid now.
Yeah. The ending, like the army of children getting the Thor powers
Oh,
and
that yeah, again,
him
Jesus
taking
fucking
on
Christ.
Thor's daughter. Fuck off. Like, oh, just go
Like
away.
like I did like the whole thing with like Natalie Portman, you know, like making the choice to.
She was the best part of the film, and I did
And
not
it's
expect
crazy
that.
because I remember when she was announced, you were not a fan of this at all. Like
No, but like the
originally,
comic
like you
arc,
were like, I don't know about this,
the
but
comic arc where she gets the cancer and stuff is brilliant. It's some of the best fucking
yeah, and this
horror
is the
ever,
fucked
and
up
they
thing
really did
about
that part well.
yeah.
And then
The thing
Gore, like,
I found is weird about Gore the God Butcher as well is, um, like he's supposed to have massacred all these gods, and they kind of did it in a montage conversation.
I was getting to that. The
Hmm.
Batman versus Superman did. They showed
Yeah, yeah.
Thor.
Now I
They
will agree
showed
with you on
Thor
that.
on a
Yeah,
video wall. What
yeah.
happened?
Basically, like I mean, and they went through this whole thing. They didn't show any of the like the crazy fucking him running through fucking Joe like worlds killing gods left and right. Like, I mean, it would have been fucking amazing. Now maybe
I
there's
thought
deleted
I
scenes
thought when
or
they went I thought when they went to the Hall of the Gods or whatever it was called, I was fully expecting Gore to go in there and kill loads of them, like in
this
a
is what
big
I mean
battle.
about that scene. I genuinely thought that's what it was. All right, the massacre's going to happen here. He's going to kill fucking Zeus. He's going to fucking, you know, and then they'll be bifrosted away or whatever. You know, like
Mm.
the typical thing. No, no, just Russell Crowe
Yeah,
just
so
being a
I I
fat Zeus with, you know, like
I'd nearly go as far as saying it's the worst MCU movie for me because it's not that it isn't entertaining. It's just a kind of character assassinated Thor, like for
yeah. I mean,
me.
I hope. I mean, I said it to you after I watched it. I was like, I hope moving forward because obviously they've said that Thor will be back, so he will be back for another movie. But I
He'll be back
hope
in
to
the
God,
Avengers, I'd say.
I think it's time now that they go back to the fucking roots of Thor, and
Mm.
same with the Hulk. It's time to let that motherfucker off the leash and smash. Yes, he's all smart and Doctor
They're building
fucking.
there, though. They're building there, and we'll get to that in a while.
Do you know what? I fucking hope so because look, he became Smart Hulk. It's grand. It served it, but I think it served its purpose. Move on and bring him back to the rage beast that he is. Same with Thor. I think bring Thor back. Thor has done the like. If anything, Thor. I mean, I know this movie was all the thing about it is like finding himself, and he chose love over fucking at
Like
the
the
end. You know.
before I get into the comments now, because there's a lot. I just wanted to have a chat about it before we went into the comments. But
Yeah.
for me, the biggest indicator of this film being so fucking bad is I watched it, right, and about 3 weeks later, maybe I was fucking flicking through Disney Plus and just threw on Age of Ultron, which in itself is a fairly derided film as well.
Hmm.
But watching Thor in that movie, it's like a completely different
Yeah. I
character.
mean,
It's
the
so
earlier
fucking weird.
phases of Thor
He's so
is genuine,
intelligent and respected, and
but
it's,
even Thor: The Dark World, man, is and
I
that
like that
wasn't.
movie. Everyone hates it. I don't
No,
know
I
why.
mean I didn't hate it, but it's definitely not my favorite like
It's
Thor
pretty dumb
movie.
as well, like,
Like,
but it's not as
I wouldn't put Thor: The Dark World in like one of the worst MCU movies in my opinion. Eternals is there, and this new Thor movie is very low on the bracket.
mm,
And for me, Captain Marvel, I didn't see all the hype about that. Do you know what I mean?
we'll
But I
talk
mean,
about her as well in a minute.
no, but that still is a good movie. Like it's a good origin
Mm.
story. It's just it's not one of the best. Do you know what I mean? But
Oh,
for
definitely
this
not.
one, this had, like, I mean, as we were saying, it like, you look at the cast, you look at the fucking story, like Gore the God Butcher, John Mighty Thor. It had the potential to be fantastic,
Like even
but it's
Bale,
kind of,
even Bale said himself they left a lot in the cutting room floor, like with him.
yeah, a lot of it
So,
was left on the cutting room floor. I'd say a lot of the gore killings, like and you even see the death that they showed where he killed his first god was in self defense.
and he cut his head off.
Do you know what I mean? It was actually like he killed him in self defense. He didn't just go in and rage kill him. Like, do you know what I mean? But I mean, and it's another villain. It's another villain that's kind of right in his view,
Mm.
which is why I liked him. Like,
I
he's
think they
reasoning
need to start
behind
making
why he was
villains that
doing
are
it.
actually villains, though, as well.
Yeah.
Not every villain has to be relatable, if you get me.
No, God, no. I mean, and I don't even think it was relatable because, like, he became a monster the minute he got the sword. He became corrupted. But I think
Mm.
his views on what, like, and his reasoning
Oh, he's right.
behind
He
what
was right, though. In the comics, he was the same. He was
he
right as well.
was completely right.
But
The
an
gods were
extremist
assholes,
right
and
view, if you get me.
yeah, but the
But yeah,
gods were assholes, and they did leave him, and they did kind of let him to die. Do you know? So he kind of was very right in what he said. But yeah, overall, it was
not
I'm
great.
like, I put it this way. I'm glad I watched it, but I won't be running to watch it again.
Okay, so let's go through the comments and see what everyone else says about it. Christian says, "You rarely get snow. I've never been, but I always pictured a little like North of the Wall in Game of Thrones." No, we're not that bad over here. For the record, I love Thor Ragnarok, but everything the prick has done since has been utter shite. Um, Chris or Fuller Figure says, like that, but vastly more educated. Connor loves the Irish education system. That was the worst fucking Cork impression ever. Yeah, I wasn't really trying. I was just kind of. I'm not even gonna do it now, so go fuck yourself. Hi, Orlando and Mr. Kane. Simon is in the chat.
Story side.
Christian says, Connor, I thought you said less educated initially. We saw Mick saying fucking. Christian, you see, we are like poets, and don't we fucking know it?
We fucking are.
Chris says, Tubbs, leave the screaming goats alone. That noise is proper comedy. Whatever you want to do with screaming goats, Chris, that's your own.
No, I mean, look, dude, screaming goats is hilarious in the best of times.
For a minute.
I just ask anyone to tell me if they took the goats out of that movie, would it actually have fucking mattered?
No. Well, the goats did drive them to Gore's fucking dark film planet.
Yeah, but I mean, they were just. I think that was just Taika Waititi's humor just showing up on screen. Like,
Connor says, by the way, hi everyone.
Story,
that's
buddy.
Northern Ireland, mate. That ball of shit show mess is your problem. And Connor says as well, yeah, screaming goats were deadly. Well, I expect nothing less from a dub. Side tip of the cap.
Story, bud.
Smitler said, yeah, like Connor, hi everyone. I went straight into bashing Tubbs. Show the picture again, Brian. What, this picture? Oh, the Tubbs baby is getting a lot of good movement today.
The bastard son of 1,000 maniacs.
Wow. Where were we? It's after jumping again. You never wank alone.
Yep.
Subside manga fananga. Smitler said, "What's a film?" These two keep saying film. It's our accents, my friend.
Cinema. Or sorry, we'll say a cinematic experience from now on.
We watched a film.
A film, yeah, a film. FILM.
Yeah, watch the film, mate.
A film.
Tubbs, I don't think it's across the whole industry as ROP and Rings of Power and House of the Dragon look fucking deadly. This issue only seems to be affecting Disney stuff. He's on about the
unless the backlog is just with Disney, John. Do you know what I mean? But I have noticed it a lot. Like I have noticed it a lot more in just films in general. And some of the Disney shows, because there's been some. Remember we mentioned it with which
you've got to say films or
sorry, films. No, but we noticed that we mentioned it about Moon Knight. There was some janky fucking CGI there. Same with She-Hulk. Same with fucking. There's been a lot of it in the MCU, actually. To be fair,
They're just
But yeah, I mean, I've
fantastic.
seen it across other sections of the industry with films and TV as well. But maybe John's right. Like maybe because of the backlog, that fucking maybe it is the MCU that's kind of suffering from it, or maybe they're just fucking. Maybe they're just fucking. I don't know. They've got to the
Are they
point where
saying
everything in
Vellum?
the movie is CGI and it's hard to fucking keep up with it.
I think it's just Disney as well. Sounds like Vellum. Chris, I think they're speaking English correctly, which is maybe why you and Christian are having problems following the conversation.
Thanks for that, Jonathan.
Nice one, Jonathan. Correctly, how many syllables do you guys add to words? Well, if you'd have designed the language properly in the first place, we wouldn't have to.
Exactly.
So if Thor can give everyone the power, wouldn't that make everyone a threat in the MCU a big fat nothing burger?
There
Well,
you fucking go.
I
Thank you,
presume
Jan,
the
because I was
explanation
watching
for
it right.
that. I presume the explanation for that is the children are worthy because they're.
I mean, that could be a reason, but what I think the explanation for it is they
It's a big
wrote
load of
themselves into a
bollocks.
corner and they were like, Thor gives them all powers. And
Apparently,
that
there
was,
is a bit, there's a no, there is a better ending shot to that.
but basically,
Sorry.
look at the way it came across on screen was that like it was just randomly Thor just randomly knows how to give his
It's like,
powers
oh,
to people.
Thor is Odin now.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, the scene where the kids were fighting all those fucking crazy demons and fucking shit, I was like, oh, come on, this is fucking stupid. Like,
Where did
they
those
should have
demons
just
even come
literally
out of?
had
Like,
Thor. No, but it should have literally that whole scene should have been they walk in, Thor fucking sends the kids home, and it's him and Mighty Thor a square off against Gore, and it's a big massive battle for the end, and that's what it should have been.
yeah,
This stupid shit with fucking all the kids fighting and with their light up fucking eyes and shit. Like, it was a bit fucking over the top. Like,
yeah, it was just stupid. Christian says, Chris, we are pilgrims in an unholy land. Simon says, after Thor 3, Thor stopped being an Avenger and joined the village people instead. It would probably be
I
funnier
mean,
than Love and
do
Thunder.
you remember? Like, do you remember? Right, as well when was it the end of Endgame where Thor like literally boards the ship with the Guardians, and we thought,
Mm.
oh my fucking god, Thor's going to be Guardians 3. This is going to be clash. We're going to see that like fucking, like clash between him and Star Lord. That's going to be fucking brilliant. And we didn't get that. We got them showed up literally as throwaway characters
No.
for like the first 10 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb. Christian, I would have thought with a name like yours, you would know how holy this land is. Smith Lord said, worst MCU film? Fuck me, have you not seen Eternals? I have seen
I
Eternals.
said it. I still read that as the worst.
But see, I didn't expect anything of Eternals. I expected a lot more. I think maybe not the worst film, but the biggest disappointment for sure.
But see, for me, and this is just my opinion, it means nothing to nobody. I just found from like Eternals in general was just it just for me personally it was just a stupid fucking movie. I didn't like it from at all. I didn't get into it in any way. As stupid as Thor Love and Thunder was, and as fucking crappy as it was for the majority, there were still moments in it where I was kind of like, I was kind of entertained. So I was kind of going, there's a little bit more there. I got a little bit more entertainment value out of it, even though it was fucking stupid as all fucking hell.
That's kind of where Iron Man 3 falls in for me. There are some fantastic moments in that, but it's not a
you
good
know
movie.
yourself, man, because as long as the MCU has been going on, look, let's be honest, we talk about they've had way more winners than they've had losers movie wise.
I agree there.
But they still have their bad movies tucked in there. Do you know what I
mean? Thor 2 was pretty shite too. Yeah, I think the Thor 2 suffered from Transformers syndrome. They concentrated on the stupid, unfunny humans more than anything. Yeah.
And this is the fucked up thing. As bad as Thor 2 was, it still felt like a coherent film.
And it felt like a Thor film as well, a proper one.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It still felt like it knew its place, even though it kind of fell short in a lot of ways. This felt like six different films in one.
I do love Malekith as well from the comics, so seeing him in live action.
Did you not find with this movie as well, man, is where they took, like, let's be honest, because the Gore Butcher and the whole Mighty Thor storyline in the comics is it's pretty heavy, like.
Mm.
And when we heard that they were doing this story, I was going, oh my god, are they going to fucking lean into this, because it's a pretty fucking heavy story. And no, they kind of, there's even a
That
joke.
side of it was fine.
And no, I'll be honest, I was, there's a little fucking thing, because Brian knows I was delighted to see Darcy show up in it for that one scene. I was like, yeah, she's there. But like, she even
She
made
didn't
the
add
fucking
anything
joke
though.
where
I
she
know
said,
she's a fucking bird, like,
but she says to fucking Jane Foster, like, she goes, like, you've got stage 4 cancer, and she was like, like, well, I've many stages, and she was like, it's stage 4, and she was like, yeah, that we know of. And I was kind of going, is that fucking supposed to be a funny joke? Because that didn't land at all. That was just fucking.
No, I don't think it was a joke. It was just her trying to fucking laugh it off. Oh,
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
see. I wondered, was it? I was wondering myself. I was kind of going like, or is that the character just trying to, like, push it aside, or are they trying to actually make funny of this situation, and it just didn't land in any way if it was like.
No, I didn't really mind their scene, to be fair. To be
No, I
honest with
liked their
you.
scene, but it was just the end. The end. I think the end, that fucking whole joke thing that they had, it was, that was pretty fucking stupid.
Too right we are, Christian. I'm gonna David Attenborough this shit and try to fit in. To be sure. Look at this guy, fucking comedian over here. Jonathan says Thor in the MCU has gone backwards in character development. When you look at all these appearances over the various movies, he's just the punchline to a bad joke in his own movies and the What If show. I definitely think he has more levity up to Endgame.
Now, do you know what? To be fucking fair, that's a good point right there. Because when we saw him in the What If show, like, he was a joke. Like, they made a joke out of him in that show.
He was like party boy in that, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it kind of like that translated more into this.
But wasn't that the What If there wasn't if Thor never fucking matured, basically?
Yeah, basically, and we know about what John said is there. I do agree, but it's kind of, you saw all this mad character development of him, like, through the PTSD, through the fucking loss, everything, the grief, the whole lot. And I mean, and by the end of it, he kind of seemed to have found his way. But yeah, he just seemed like a fucking really big, blonde, dumb fucking idiot for most of it.
And he's not like that in the comics at all, like.
Dude, but I mean, it's not even that. It's
What's up, Action Pop Dad? How are you, my friend?
Story, buddy. But you even look at the, like, even we were just saying there, even Jonathan was saying, if you look at the older Thor movies, you even said it yourself, that's what Thor is. That's what he should have been. And all of a sudden, somewhere down the road, I think it's when they turned him fat, went like Big Lebowski on him, and it started to kind of, I mean, I know in Thor Ragnarok,
I think Ragnarok was the start of it. It was creeping in.
But even in that, the balance was there, dude.
Yeah, but it was creeping in, though. Like,
it was creeping in, but there was much more balance in that. During this one,
he fires the ball and it hits him in the head, and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, but there was always kind of stuff like that, even with, like, him and the Hulk and things like that, and and there was always kind of a lightness to it, But overall, it was, this one just fucking kept ramping. It just kept going and going and going.
Chris says, "I'm not a dodgy Cockney or a Pearly King. I'm Northern." That's bad enough. I can't do that. I can't do that accent anyway. Fucking should be a drinking game. That'd be dangerous.
Very well should be.
He said it. He even said it, saying it. Tubbs, some CGI did.
Yeah, okay, that's probably what it is. So
walked out through the crappy working conditions. Have stated Disney are a nightmare to work for, constantly changing their minds and shot, even when work's been already approved. We can see that with all the different reshoots and stuff to do anyway.
I do agree with what John's saying there, is because, I mean, could you imagine working on a movie that's 90% CGI, if not more? Like, it's up there with, like, fucking it's and a movie like Thor Love and Thunder, everything looks CGI. So I mean, and the working conditions are probably not great, and they probably do have a backlog because their movies are fucking effects heavy, massively effects heavy.
And it's with the amount of movies they're doing now as well.
Exactly, they're shelling out a lot.
Like Disney is doing Star Wars as well, like so. Not seen the new Thor yet, but the trailer looked wank, so I've really no desire to sit through 2 hours of my wife.
Nice choice of words.
Fits in well. John said they're always playing catch up on scenes. Hence, so many are quitting, and why the Disney stuff looks so dodgy in places.
Yeah, because I mean, and it's not just, as you even said, Star Wars. To be fair, seems to be doing a little better because, like, I mean, but there's still been janky CGI in that as well. Do you know what I mean?
There's not as much Star Wars being shot though at the same time.
Exactly. It seems to be an MCU problem, dude, where it's
For a
literally
long
just
time there
because
was like
they're churning so
during
much out now.
during COVID and stuff, they were shooting. There was 2 or 3 different units shooting stuff like, and
Yeah.
you can imagine the backlog in CGI department that causes then as well. Simon says the problem I have with all Marvel characters is that they're nothing like their comic books, and they all have the comedy in the MCU of a TikTok teenager.
Yeah.
I sort of blame James Gunn for this a little bit because up to Guardians, that comic tone wasn't so prevalent, and Avengers maybe even a little bit as or Joss Whedon as well. Like they're never going to be like the comic.
But I mean, you saw when Joss Whedon came in on Justice League, man. It all became very jokey and lighthearted.
Yeah, but
it is the style.
Was here. It needed to go here, and Joss Whedon went the other way.
I agree. Like he flipped it kind of. He made it a movie, and the tone was shifted completely from what it should have been. But I do agree, and I will say one thing about the MCU, and I do love the MCU, man. I love.
I think Iron Man and Cap and Hulk up to a point are.
Yeah, but I do think. I mean, and I do think it's great because like they seem to be leaning a little bit more into like the serious and the darker side of stuff now.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And I think they needed to do that because everything. Like, I mean, not every character is funny. Not every character is fun. Like you look at the Punisher, he's not meant to be fun. Do you know what I mean?
Doctor Strange would never say to Scooby Doo that shit. Yeah, he wouldn't.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? There's certain characters.
It's like they have the elements, but they add in this layer of comedy.
Oh, look, nobody's taken away that the franchise is top tier and it's they're above most of the, if not a lot more in the industry now, because it's fucking kicking ass and making fucking billions of dollars per movie practically. But not every single movie needs to be like crazy joke heavy, and I hope this movie is a lesson for that.
Agree. So it's like the basic formula for MCU movies: action or dramatic scene, followed right away by a lame, out of place joke.
Yeah.
G-Force is here. Hey, G-Man. He says,
Story
hey, Brian Tubbs. Salacious Rum is here. Happy birthday, my friend. It was Salacious's birthday yesterday, I'm going to say.
Fucking happy birthday, kiddo.
So he says, I hope the MCU gets better because it's going a bit wank. I love the
use of would you agree with that? That it's not all the way, but there has been a lot more elements now. I remember I said it a few weeks back.
I still think it's in a rebuilding phase.
That's what it is, man. It's trying to. It's kind of like it's trying to find it.
I think a lot of the newer characters aren't hitting home for some people. But
yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it is because I mean, but it seemed to be since they hit phase 4, they seem to be having a lot more kind of missteps than they did in the first 3 phases. But as you said, that could be because they're kind of restarting the wheel again.
Like for me, like there's a lot of stuff, TV shows in particular, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel.
I mean, who thought
they're all
Hawkeye show?
Watchable. What?
But I mean, who thought the Hawkeye show would have been like one of the best out of the whole bunch?
Well, I'm just about to say, like, between that, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, they're all okay. They're all.
I still haven't seen Miss Marvel.
They're all watchable, but they're not top tier. Like they're not.
And I still haven't seen Shang-Chi.
Like for me, Shang-Chi is one of the best films out of the new.
And I still haven't watched it. Like, you know,
Shang-Chi is one of the best movies for me out of the new phases. What?
I said I will get to it.
Like Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange for me are the best 3 films so far. Black Widow. Meh.
I mean, and this is the fucked up thing about it. It's crazy. I didn't hate Black Widow as much as most people.
I didn't hate it.
I actually quite enjoyed it.
I didn't hate it. It was just there.
But remember, I think I said this to you. I think the reason I liked it more than most was because before I watched it, I was told by so many people it was utter wank. Like it was totally crap. And then when I watched it, then I probably had an expectation of it being totally crap in my head.
You probably thought it was going to be crap then, like.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it a lot more. I actually was like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
G4 says say hello to everyone. Like for me,
like to all the boys and girls.
There's a lot of like, to use a famous wrestling term, there's a lot of mid stuff in the MCU at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be like they're trying to showcase the mid card at the moment.
When they hit the heights are still there. For me personally, anyway.
No, I never take it away from them. I never take it away from the MCU.
So far, like if you take out,
I know a lot of people. No, sorry.
If you take out Thor: Love and Thunder and you take out Eternals, everything else has been good. What good enough to watch, and some of it's been great.
Yeah,
Really.
I mean, and then like, I don't know, does it fall into the thing that like they hit so fucking heavy and so hard and so out of the park with the first three phases? Um,
Like
do you know what I mean? Or is it
I
because certain
wonder.
characters that people were attached to are now not there?
Yeah, like
Maybe
the guy
there's
knows that
something there anyway that's kind of
the guy that directed Shang-Chi is directing Kang Dynasty as well. Avengers 5, is it?
okay.
And they're on about the guy that Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther and Black Panther 2, is going to be directing Secret Wars. So like I don't know. I think people are going to look at the MCU in a year's time and maybe say something different
Yeah,
because
I mean, I hope so, dude. I hope so. I mean, because look, let's be honest. I know we like fucking we shit and we kind of
hey
we
Tez,
we how's it going? But we kind of like rustle back and forth and throw like slags and stuff with the DC and the whole Marvel thing. But this is the shit we love, man. We just want it to be good.
I one for you now as well. Like I know
Yeah.
my own take on this. Do you think like because I think you kind of hit on this already a minute ago because it has been at such a pinnacle. Is
Mm.
that why there's people
I mean,
not impressed
I
so
don't
far
even
with?
I don't even know if it's not impressed because I think it goes back to what you were saying as well about them kind of now because the Infinity Saga ended. It was because like they were starting from scratch, even though they were continuing the arc, but they were starting fresh all over with it with kind of new characters and a new design for a new story. It could be that. It could be the fact that like
Mm.
there's no Tony Stark, there's no Cap, there's no like characters that people spent like over a decade with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
There's
stars are gone. Like the big stars are gone now.
yeah, so now they're trying to build new stars, and I think some people have really stepped up. Like look at fucking Scarlet Witch,
Mm. She was a
like
villain.
fantastic. Like she's and I've said this to you, she's genuinely one of my favorite
That's
MCU
because you
characters.
want
Like
to fucking do bad things to her.
no, it's not even all jokes aside, dude. I think Elizabeth Olsen has really taken that character
That's
and just
bad.
made it fantastic.
I'm
Do you
well
know, I mean,
surprised
every
Simon.
time you see her on screen in every movie or show she's been in, she's her arc has gotten there's steps to her arc. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the characters now, maybe as I said, going back to what you were saying, maybe it is because they're starting fresh with kind of a
Mm.
new batch of people, and a lot of people that
Like
are kind of casual fans don't really know much about these characters. You know?
what's the term that was used? Dirty, filthy casuals. That's it. That haven't
Yeah,
read
yeah. I mean,
comics and stuff.
it could be, dude. It could be very much that as well as like
Like a lot of
it's like
a lot of these characters are dumb as fuck if you don't know them from the comics.
yeah. I
If
mean,
I'm
look,
not,
there's I mean, and they are attempting characters now that like let's be honest, if you're not like a nerd or followed this shit like growing up, then there's going to be a lot of characters you don't
count
know.
me
Like I mean,
guilty.
the Eternals. I said it to you. I knew of the Eternals. I knew of the fucking the kind of the story and stuff, but I never knew enough to knew what I was watching and then I know enough about them. I never followed them. So for me, even the film, I was kind of I was trying to track what's this, who's here. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't care. It's just
Mm.
it ended up being a bad movie for me. But it's like characters like She-Hulk. Like I read She-Hulk comics. I know enough about her. I was never a massive, huge fan, but I knew enough about the character to kind of get invested in the show. And that's probably what it is. People just might not have
So before
enough attachment to certain things.
before we go on to She-Hulk, I want to get to the bottom of the comments and read everything because
Yeah, yeah. Let's go.
I'm never going to catch up otherwise. Um, Chris said, "I'm well surprised Simon could type that with Superman's dick in his mouth." Krypton cock, huh? Connor, I had to do a work poo today and do the walk of shame back by everyone after being more than 2 minutes in the bathroom. I hope you left a bad smell, Connor. Mark the Eagle. Where are we going? Did you spray the room, Connor? Sprayed it with poop. AG Unit and Tez. If that happens, Connor, embrace it. You just got paid for parking your
Yeah, fuck it, man.
parking your dinner. I love it. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Connor, everybody poos, says G Unit. Yes, I, but it makes a terrible picture. Uh, hey, Connor, JRG, man, everyone say hello to Tez. Connor, I hope you splattered the ball, my friend.
Wreck it, man. And like fuck that shit, man. You gotta take a
And
fucking
then
bang and
say,
shite.
like,
Like,
when you come back, Jesus, that fellow over there and that desk there, I saw him going to the toilet there a while ago. I'd say it's a bad state. Tess says never poo at work. G4 faces. Do you poo at work, Tubbs? When you're
I
working?
don't work anymore, dude. So fucking
Yeah, but that's what I said. When you did work, then
every now and again, dude. It depended on like if I was like really fucking in need, like.
get me toilets. Mr. Terrence Tez, the G-Man, Salacious Rum. Jonathan, I remember the good old days you could have a smoke while pooing in work. Ugh. I actually do remember those days when I was working in the car garage.
Working days were so much more fun.
Hey, Salacious. Can we all agree She-Hulk is just a green Alien-mobile? Yes. I'm going to talk about She-Hulk next. There's newcomers in the chat. Show the picture. Okay, so here's the Tubbs baby once again, and for the final time. Little baby mutant Tubbs.
Spawn Satan of Christ, that child is.
Enjoy it, Smith Lord, because I'm not putting this up again. Or next week. This is the end. Isn't he cute? Bye. Jonathan, I was vaping. Oh, there's a small place in hell for people who vape. Tubbs is a vapor also, so I can't say nothing. I still do, Jonathan. We have an outhouse. Yeah, I missed the artwork portion of the show. You didn't, G-Force, because
Tubbs didn't actually have one this week, buddy, because I had a busy week, so I had started a load of stuff, but we have the 78th show next week, so I'll definitely have something fucking fresh and new for that. I don't know what it is now because I have 3 that I've started, but I'm very much
in finishing. You didn't miss it.
No. I had a new piece done. I'm not done, but started today. But I've also started the Razor Laser, so I'm going to try and get that one done for next week for the 78th show. So that'll give me a drive now.
Simon says, "What gives me hope is the big players are back. Daredevil, Fantastic Four, X-Men. I hope to change the direction with this lot, like a gritty Marvel Knights universe. That would be incredible. I think they have said though with X-Men that it probably won't come until after this current phase because
they're talking about phase 6 or 7 for that.
There was a rumor going around that there's contracts in place with some of the Fox actors that they can't change them till after 2025 or something like that. Jeez. I don't know now how true that is, like, but
now, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's because Marvel are taking their sweet time, like delivering like Fantastic Four and the likes of Blade, that people are kind of like going like, man, what's the fucking delay? Like, I mean, come on, like, start showing us these characters. Well, I don't know. I mean, do you think that that's a bit of it as well? Like they keep talking about
honestly, like, I know there's a bit of a thing with Spider-Man in this, like, but I think they've planned so far ahead, Tubbs, is that when they got X-Men, they were like, shit, what do we do now? Well, we've got plans, we can't really change it. We've set
so they're kind of they cast it out. Like.
But I will say, like, the second they got the go ahead to use Spider-Man, they fucked him into Civil War straight away.
Yeah, but see, this is my point. Like the minute they got to go ahead to use
that with X-Men.
No, but what I mean is like the minute they used they had Spider-Man, as you said, they put him straight into Civil War and they kind of started slapping him in and kind of building him throughout the MCU. Like they've been talking about Fantastic Four and Blade for fucking ever now, and they still haven't even fucking give the official fucking.
Blade is shooting soon.
But I mean, dude, D23, if you were shooting, put a teaser out.
Blade was in Eternals.
No, but what I'm saying is put a teaser out for the movie. Like they announced it fucking how long ago now? And
how can they put a teaser out when it's not started?
I thought you said they were shooting.
No, they're starting soon. I said.
Okay. I thought you said they were actually shooting.
Fantastic Four just got their director. The guy that
I mean, and even with the Fantastic Four, like, do you remember there was all those fucking rumors and fucking casting leaks and all this?
To be bullshit. It's so weird.
And then they didn't even fucking announce who the cast is. Love.
Love.
Right.
Chris says, Tubbs, quick, go ask Grace for her views on Shang-Chi, then you can fit in. We can see you in the reflection of the TV, for fuck's sake.
I ruined
Jonathan
that one.
said Hawkeye was the best of the Disney Plus shows by a mile. Kingpin felt way off the mark. Moon Knight was rather meh, but saved by Oscar Isaac's performance. Yeah,
Out of all the shows so far, what was your least favorite?
my least favorite,
Yeah,
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
same as me.
Action
I
Pop
remember
Days,
I
yeah.
struggled to get not struggled, but I was kind of going, I'll watch it.
It's because I don't like Anthony Mackie, though. It's nothing to do with the show.
Mm.
I can't stand him. Anytime I watch him in interviews, he just comes off as an arrogant.
Yeah,
twit.
he seems like a bit of an asshole. Like,
I haven't seen Black Widow because it looked wank. Too much wank these days. I can't stop saying wank. I think that's
see, this is the thing, dude. Right?
Wank.
If you think it's wank, right, and you watch it, you'll probably surprise yourself that it's not as wanky
Yeah,
as
you
you
might
think.
enjoy it then because you're
You
expecting.
might actually enjoy it because I went in and I actually thought like I'd been told it was very bad, and I was like, oh well, I have no real expectations for this movie, and I ended up enjoying it more.
Why is Brian and Tubbs walks the same color? Are they in the same room? Are they the Irish Bert and Ernie? Oh, hey Bert.
We just love cream, dude. You know.
Oh, walls.
Yeah, just cream walls. You know, it's an Irish thing.
Just saw Derek Connor. Sorry. Why are their walks the same? Oh, shots fired.
Oh, you should see like me and Brian. You should see me and Brian walk side by side. Very different walks.
Jonathan straight in there now as well again. Tez, Ellie McBeal was a great show. She-Hulk is badly written rubbish. Same as the cast is pretty good, but just have fuck all to work with. We'll get onto that now once we get into the hey Blinky G Unit Rolando, a tripod, Lord Smith, Uncle, the mega tall 5 foot
Mega tall 5 foot Irishman. Story, buddy.
Oh. He's just a monkey lizard. He likes to be spit roasted. Was that colour on sale at the local Ireland Home Depot? It was.
Yes, very much so.
Buy one, get one idiot free.
You can get the brushes free.
And lashing out. What? Irish Bert and Ernie. Hey Bert, hey, you're fucking yourself, Ernie. I'm not good at impressions. While I'm on a wank rant, forget the MCU new turkey twizzlers or wank. What were they thinking? Total wank. I think you should change your name to Action Pop Wank.
Yeah.
Or Action Wank Pop. Oh,
but then you'd have to change the logo, dude. That wouldn't work.
That's true. Too much effort. G4 says, I'd say it was the paint that went missing from the local building site. Yeah, I sent tubs in through the pipes.
Down through the ventilation system.
I once also had a brew at the local school. Or in the loo at school. Oh yes, that shade is potato flesh cream.
Potato fresh cream. I love it.
Evening room. Salacious says, smearing poo from your bum with tracing paper was a hazard at school in the 80s. I've never tried it like but
no, apparently they frowned upon that, dude.
Tubbs knows he's old. Until you poo in a used plaster bag in a plaster bucket in the back of your work van, you will never know a more degrading experience. A school poo is like a palace in comparison. The life of a tradesman. You haven't lived unless you shat in a bag. No splashback. You can put it in your pocket and keep it warm or allow it at a minute. Wow, this is gonna.
I mean,
it's turning
like
into
you think back at it, like, man, when you were a fucking like kid or whatever, and you were out fucking gallivanting through the fields or whatever the fuck you were doing all day long, you had to shit in the fucking field somewhere, like. So you use fucking Mother Nature's leaves to wipe your fucking baby ass, like. Do you know what I mean? That's fucking. There was no fucking, shitty fucking work toilets back then.
Perfectly matches both of their complexions. Ted says don't poo at work, but he's a rent boy, so it essentially doesn't. Oh, Christ. Oh, lad. Yeah. Fucking no fucking artwork. What the actual fucking fuck?
Yeah, I was fucking sad about it too, buddy.
Okay, my friend. Chris says, is Al bog roll at school? I did used to take it home as a tracing paper, obviously not used stuff. There's a 5'3" approaching 400.
Yeah, the fucking hell, man. Remember fucking doing that? Did you ever do that with the bog roll?
What?
Would you fucking use it for fucking drawing and shit, like? Yeah, fucking, it was a great crack, man.
There's a 5'3" approaching 400-pound man at work that blows the men's room up. Jonathan said the Fox movies covered all the big X-Men stories. Marvel need to wait for regular goers to forget, because I'm sure as fuck they're sure as fuck not going to reuse that material. That's a good point as well,
I
actually.
mean, they could use the majority of it, but tell it like, do you know, I don't know,
Properly,
good, yeah, properly. Do you know what I
because
mean?
they don't.
Like,
How many times have we seen fucking Uncle Ben die at this stage? I'm sure
yeah,
we
I
can
mean,
see another
not even that.
Phoenix
I do
fight.
get what Jonathan's saying as well. Is like they very well might want to do the Phoenix saga, but like, do you
Yeah,
really?
but do it and use the Star Jammers. Fuck's sake, do it right.
Yeah, but I mean, that's my point. Like, do you really want to see him do it again so soon? Like, you would want him to build into that. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
do it
but
well, like you
my
were
point,
saying. Like,
my point there, like, is if they're going to use the X Men, use them cosmically, and actually have the Star Jammers or someone else discover like the Phoenix Force in space, not before you get Hermione, Jean Grey going,
what was
"Oh, I can
fucking
feel the
what was
power."
Magneto's fucking island called again?
Genosha.
Genosha, yeah, yeah. Fucking, it always escapes me in that fucking thing. But
It would be awesome
that,
if they were just there as well. Or no, was
like,
it Asteroid M?
I
That was
mean, like,
up in the atmosphere, wasn't it?
but just do that. Like, do you know what I mean? Just have Genosha be a thing that shows up in the MCU, and then build from there. Like, you could introduce Magneto as a villain, and then bring the X Men
The paper was rough in my school. We folded it to make shape.
in.
Meant to not reuse that material. Nick, MCU could easily, great minds, Jonathan.
There you go.
Could easily use the Star Jammers now, seeing as how well the Guardians worked out. The way y'all talk about toilet paper over there, I may need to pick up some extra soft Charmin when I go to the UK.
Do it, man. Fucking
Charmin.
soft as a fucking baby's behind.
Chris says, I worked with a girl who was taking fat burners, should be named fucking inside sleuthers. Liquid death came out of her and stank the entire place out.
Fucking hell.
Never got asked out either. So yeah, let's go on to She-Hulk season. So I really like She-Hulk.
I do.
It's I think a lot of people, I see a lot of people complain that it's
I've seen a lot of people shitting all over it. Like, I have.
not connected to anything, and it's just a kind of case of the week type show.
Well, I mean, if it's not connected to anything, like the opening scene of the first fucking movie, you kind of built, like, set up fucking Planet Hulk or
Well,
Hulk's next.
second episode when
Well,
he's
I
heading
mean,
off.
when the ship literally fucking came down in front of him in the first episode.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It kind of, like, I mean, there is connection there in a way. Like, do you know what I mean? But as you said, I remember you were saying to me, is they seem to be using She-Hulk and a lot of these shows to build, like, the on the ground level heroes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? These shows seem to be kind of building, while the movies are building the more kind of, the higher fucking teams. For me, I'm just going to say one thing: Wongers.
I hated her.
I swear to
I
God, I'm not
hate.
going to, and I'm probably going
What
to
I
get
get
hate in the
more, I
comments
hate
for this.
Twitter's obsession with her since.
I genuinely think she was a breath of fresh air in that fucking episode. She was just fucking ridiculous, and easy to watch, and just found her funny.
I like
My
that
reasons for
they kind of did the whole Mephisto joke with her though as well. Oh, I went
yeah.
down and Jake or something she called him.
I mean, who knows what that's gonna fucking build to, like, or if that was just
Nothing.
another fucking, Ralph Boner joke fucking that they tossed in there, like,
And your
but
man was something Blaze as well, wasn't he?
but I do love Tatiana Maslany as
Yeah,
Jennifer
she's standing out
Jennifer
for me
Walters
so far.
as She-Hulk. I think she's a fucking fantastic. I told you this about and anyone in the
Orphan
comments,
Black.
if you haven't seen it, check out Orphan Black. Like, her range in that show is fucking phenomenal. Like, but yeah, it's just, see, like, I heard people giving out about her breaking the fourth wall constantly and all this shit, and then you've heard all this shit about the CGI being wanky as all fuck. It's as I agree, it's kind of an Ally McBeal courtroom fucking comedy. It's a bit wacky, it's a bit fucking off the chart, it's a bit fucking fourth wall breaky. Do I enjoy it more than fucking the recent tour movie? Hell, fucking yeah! I'm tuning in every week to wait to see what happens.
Okay, guys,
But
we've got something special here.
What?
Oh, Toms, you're going to love this.
Oh my God, what is it now? His work is so fast.
I know, yeah, right.
It's it's just like he's working in the background. I love it. Like, it's dedication, man. That's the dedication to this fucking show that we have on a weekly basis. I love it.
Oh.
But yeah. So what's your views on it, man? Like, you know mine. I'm digging the show.
It's another one of them, like, it's just harmless fun, really.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I did. I mean, I said it to you about the trailer when I first saw it.
I thought this week's episode was a bit shit, though, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
I really enjoyed the last one with Abomination. But
I mean, I liked the majority of the last one, but as I told you, was like I could have done without the whole Megan Thee Stallion fucking, fucking twerking and shit, and that whole fucking character arc of the thing. Like,
well, what I do love about this show is how annoyed people are with it.
Do you know what? Hilarious. It just goes to show, isn't it? It's yeah. If you take a show that like people want it done a certain way and then you do it a different way, then they're just angered.
See, what Jonathan says here, I'm on board with. Wong, Sorcerer Supreme, goes to court to stop a dipshit using dangerous magic that's sending innocent people to hell. Best show ever. I agree with you, Jonathan. I thought this week's episode was dumb as fuck compared to the one previous. Like, why would he need her to fucking do that? It made sense for him to come in and get Abomination off the hook or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one was just fucking stupid.
See, this can be the issue. I mean, like, all jokes aside with it, like as much as I might have been entertained by some of the wackiness of it, and I kind of had a good time watching it. For the most part, I'm very much on board with what you're saying there about the courtroom shit with your man and the.
Simon said, "I like She-Hulk. Just take it for what
it is." But I mean, you look at it last week, right? This seems to be the thing. It's like last week's episode. You had, God, I'm have to put in a blank.
She-Hulk.
You had the Abomination story, sorry, and that should have been like the whole episode should have been just around that. But this they kind of put in this kind of like side quest story with the other lawyer and the Asgardian fucking shapeshifter.
I didn't really mind that either, because
it was fine. It was fine, but it seems this week they kind of did something similar. Like Wong's coming to her like fucking for this, and yeah, I mean Wong.
You have the Wrecking Crew as well trying to get her blood. Which I think is very important.
I mean, it kind of goes back to what we were saying about the whole Obi-Wan thing. About like, just you don't need to overfill these shows with stuff. Like you don't need to have like a freak of the week side quest story in every episode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose that's just what they're going for. But like what I was saying
I mean, look, that was kind of the shtick with Ally McBeal. It was like this kind of weird kind of like case that they were working on in every episode.
Story, like, but there's a.
I mean, look, as long as it builds and connects to like what it's supposed to be building to.
Now, this is what I wanted to say. Like, this connects to the D23 stuff. Is Captain America 4: New World Order? They announced the villain was going to be the leader.
The leader, okay,
the guy from the 2008 Incredible Hulk film. So I'm wondering now, like, the guys who were looking for her blood, the Wrecking Crew or whatever, they mentioned the boss. I wonder, is it him? And this will tie that together.
Okay, yeah. See, it's kind of weird.
They did say as well that She-Hulk and that movie Captain America are building to a massive Hulk thing. So maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it could. I mean, like, it could be cool because I mean, I think what was it? You were saying that, like, I think is it 2024 is when the MCU gets the full rights to the Hulk, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that would be time enough to build into a thing. I just
could do World War Hulk or whatever, like.
And if they do World War Hulk, right? I don't want to see Smart Hulk. I don't want to see Liar fucking She-Hulk. Just let them all be smashy fucking smashers. You know?
smashy.
And I want to see some big ass fucking like Hulk sex scene as well, like.
But yeah, so
and Tom Hanks as fucking Thunderbolt fucking Ross man as the Red Hulk and bring fucking Edward Norton back as the other Hulk and even fucking bring Eric Bana back.
So
bring them all back. Let them all Hulk and fucking smash.
Nice accidental segue though.
Yes.
Thunderbolts. They had the lineup kind of announced.
And I also saw, this is what I mean, I also saw people get mad at that lineup.
Yeah, I don't think that's the full lineup.
No. Do you know what I think? I think there's purposely 2 or 3 people left off that list because certain things haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
That's what I think that
Abomination,
is.
Zemo, and someone else.
Yeah, I think there's purposely like 2 or 3 of them left off that lineup
Because I think
because She-Hulk is still happening.
the big joke going around social media the weekend was like, oh, they're all the same. They all do the same thing.
But it's not even that, is it? Because I heard this thing was like online. It was like, oh man, fucking Abomination's not even on that fucking list. And in my head, I was thinking, it was like, yeah, because are you not watching She-Hulk? She literally got him out of prison, and he's not allowed to turn into the Abomination. But the likelihood is he probably will, and she'll have to fight him.
Yeah.
And that will lead into where it's going then, and then he'll go in. Zemo is the same thing. Zemo's probably going to be involved in Captain America 4 or some shit.
The thing that annoys me the most about the lineup is the Thunderbolts are supposed to be villains who are pretending to be heroes.
Yes.
None of them are villains, really, are they? Like Red Guardian, no.
I mean, they are to a point.
No.
But this falls into this thing as well. As you look at it, like Taskmaster was a villain.
Brainwashed. Not really.
Was brainwashed and kind of redeemed. Then you have
not
Yelena.
Really a villain, though.
Yelena is
brainwashed.
Was brainwashed and kind of shooting off the hip for vengeance until she kind of got turned around. Bucky,
US agent.
Brainwashed.
Bucky was brainwashed.
Brainwashed as well, and now he turned his shit around. He kind of became a fucking bit of a PTSD dickhead, but we still love us some Bucky.
US agent, okay, he's a dickhead. He's bad.
Yeah, with a fucking dickhead face. He can be a villain. Ghost.
She was just trying to do good things in the bad way, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so basically,
her power is actually really cool.
She's basically
phasing thing. She's the weak Vision.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, she's just doing, as you said, she's just doing in her mind the right things and doing it in a villainous way.
But then again, when you think about it, in Suicide Squad, the last one, the 3 strongest ones were the guys with guns.
Yeah.
Cena.
And yeah, I mean, look,
Elba and the other guy.
I mean, look, come here. It could end up being fucking class because let's be honest, like fucking Florence Pugh or Florence Poe, whatever way you pronounce the name, I love her as Yelena. I think she's fucking brilliant.
No, it needs Zemo to be the leader though.
Yeah, I mean, as I said to you, like he could show up in the new Captain America movie, and that he could build into that. You know, Abomination's probably going to build into this from
out. It's at the end of Phase 5, I think that's out.
Yeah, so I mean,
or Kang Dynasty, like.
Yeah, so I mean, I reckon that I mean, look, your hope would be that all these things that they're building,
line up,
actually line up and go to where they're supposed to go, and then they don't just rely on happy accidents along the way.
Like there's as you said though, there's lots of things to come before then. Like
yeah, there is.
My favorite thing. I know we're not going to go over everything in D23 because there was secret.
There's a fucking hell of a lot.
There was a trailer for Secret Invasion that looks kind of good. It's not going to be as good as the comic one, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
but it looks interesting as fuck, though.
And look, yeah, I mean, do you know what it looks like? Do you know what it looks like? It kind of looks like a galactic spy drama.
Yeah, a paranoid spy thriller.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Nick Fury's kind of like, you know, like you kind of figure out where Nick Fury's been, and you know what I mean.
He's been up in space all along, hasn't he? Though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what has he actually been doing? All they really showed was him walking on this fucking spacecraft.
Mm.
You know, so it'll be interesting to see where that lines up.
Before we talk about
I think that's what it is, Brian. I genuinely do think that's what it is. I think it's a lot of fans as well are kind of looking at all of these new shows because let's be honest, the show is a brand new format that they just started doing. When that started, they've gone a good chunk in, but you know, with the films and you just kind of hope. I think as a fan because that was, I think, the thing with the first 3 phases. No matter if you didn't like a movie or if you weren't a fan, but you knew where the story was going. So you know, through every movie, it's building blocks to get to.
That's what I meant though. By they're starting over, and that's why it's all fucking.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is now. It's they're very much in the infancy of the new arc.
Because they know what fans are saying as well. That's why they came out of Comic-Con and said, "Oh, look, Avengers 4 and 5 are coming out.
Yeah.
This
We
is what
are
we're
building to
for.
Secret War, and you are going to have like 3 times the amount you saw in Endgame in this movie.
Yeah.
So, fucking
Let's go through the comments again before we
the
move on to the
VFX
next.
artists have their work cut out from them in that movie.
I feel like Smitlar's been nice to me as I've never had my picture altered by him. Jonathan says Wong does his stuff and take the ring off the dipshit. Dipshit didn't sue Wong, and Wong has to go for has to go to Jen for legal help. Boom! Fucking pay me, Disney. Show you bastard. Smith Lords made a few quid selling Tez and Richardson's DLP. That's how I thought it should go, Jono. Chris says, try GeForce, didn't send the vulgar display one, didn't work, so I tried Phil Anselmo. It looked just like you with long hair. You really want one? Okay, but you aren't going to like it. I think we like the ones he does to roast ups.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Like,
that's the right idea, though, Chris. Poking fun at your mates. Brian GeForce was feeling left out, so if you're so kind, I've sent you one of him. Oh God. GeForce, I wholeheartedly apologize. I've seen the start of it. Okay. So GeForce.
You asked for this.
You wanted it. Here we go.
Oh my fucking God.
Tell me about
it, stud.
We'll give it a second go.
Tell me about it, stud.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that was funny.
And actually, do you know what we should get fucking Smitlar to do before we do wrap up the show and everything tonight? Is do an Avengers Assemble one with a couple of lads from the chat with us in it as well.
Christ.
And do that to have us on and see what that looks like. So that's go do your job, buddy.
US Agent was a good guy. He started off as a good guy, but then he kind of lost the head.
Yeah, but he still had a prick-looking face. So, like, was he ever a good guy?
He was John Cena. That's who he was.
Do you remember the rumors flying around that John Cena was like up for the running for that role?
Was he ever though?
I don't know if he ever was, but there was rumors flying around at the beginning that he was like.
Chris said Red Guardian was a commie spy. He was the Russian Soviet super soldier though. Yeah, he was over in America, right? But he wasn't really.
Oh, he's so quick, GeForce man. He
is quick. That's what she said. I was waiting for someone to say that. Hey, Jared. Swift Lord. I like that. Anything more than 30 seconds is a waste of time. Don't need long to fill it, Brown. Oh, nothing like that first ice cold beer after mowing the lawn. Sai says, end of the day, Marvel fans think of this. Us DC fans only get to see Michael Keaton, I guess. If we say sorry to Ezra Kitty Fiddler, so the Flash comes out, he was terribly sorry.
It's fucking. It is true though, man. Like fucking like MCU fans. And I'm like, this isn't a fucking power play between whatever here, but MCU fans.
Yeah, I love all fucking comic book films.
No, but they're flooded with content and good content. And the minute anything isn't what they like, they'll rip it to shreds. Like over in DC, every fucking thing is hit and miss, man. Like we have had our fucking characters that we've loved like since we were kids ripped to shreds. Then shoot movies about characters that we're waiting for, and then have them completely just ripped off the internet, never to be seen.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the anger if, we'll say, just for argument's sake, they were doing a Scarlet Witch movie and then we're not showing you that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. We've heard the things about Backer possibly not looking great, not being a good movie.
Done that to Morbius.
But at the same time, they didn't even give the fans the fucking choice to see if they wanted to see the movie or not. Do you know what I mean? They
Like
just
even
decided, no,
even
we're done.
Fox got out the fucking New Mutants eventually.
And
Like
here's the fucking issue I have with it. Zaslav puts out this fucking thing or whatever DC about like, oh yeah, look, we don't want to associate this. We just want to put out quality movies. I was like, what happened to all the other fucking shit box fucking shit you put out? Like, and that's not even the DCU I'm talking about. Batman and fucking Robin and fucking all these other fucking wanky fucking
that
janky
was about
fucking movies.
20 something years ago, Tubbs. I
You
think.
were happy to
I
stand
don't think you
fucking
can
beside
include
like,
that.
you know. And this one was all of a sudden too bad to put out like.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
they angered a lot of fucking fans. Did you see the Corridor Crew? Have you ever seen Corridor Crew? There's this cool
No,
dudes on YouTube, man. Corridor Crew.
with
They do a lot
attitude.
of VFX work and stuff. But they went out and they took all of the 11 minutes of footage that was online, behind the scenes footage that was out for Batgirl, and they basically got a costume. They got fucking CGI renders. They got fucking all these, and then they went and built an entire
Scene out of
like
it.
minute and a half, like actual cinematic trailer for what the Batgirl could have looked like, and it looks fucking amazing. It actually looks. I was kind of going, that looks actually like something I wanted to see.
Yeah, but one thing I would say about that is it's easy to make a minute and a half look amazing.
Oh no, 100%. But it does give you an idea of like you're looking at it, like the
I,
footage
I,
that they
I,
had.
like, I can't understand why they didn't release it at all either.
I
Like
mean, look,
the
they
amount of
have
shit that
a
gets
streaming
released,
platform.
like
Like they have a streaming platform, right? They're already. I mean, I know exactly why they didn't. It comes down to tax breaks and taxes or whatever the fuck they decided to do with it. And now they can't ever release it because if they do, they'll have to give the money back or whatever the
yeah,
fuck.
back to
I don't know how
money.
that works, but they have a streaming platform, HBO
There's
Max.
fucking millions upon millions though. Like so,
Yeah, I mean,
take the fucking hit, release it, get the money
like
back.
you're already at the last fucking 90 million. Like just fucking throw it up on the platform.
If you
Done.
think of it now, done now, if they were to release that in a year in the cinema, it would fucking do mad money because all the controversy surrounding it.
Yeah, and think about it this way. Imagine that they put out this press release, right? We aren't happy with the movie. We don't think it's good. But look, the fans want to see it. So
They
look,
never say
don't
that.
blame us then, because then you're given this thing about like, if the fans kind of go like, "Oh, this fucking film is terrible." Well, we told you it was. You wanted to see it.
I have no interest in a Batgirl movie, but I go to see it because I love.
I mean,
Superman.
I was looking forward to it, dude. I mean, Michael Keaton was in it. Fucking Brendan Fraser, fucking as Firefly. I was well up for that movie.
Yeah, he did a great villain. Like,
And he's in it like a fucking like a second fucking wind of his career now. So
yeah,
he's
because he
fucking,
just came back from being sexually abused, basically.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you just want good things for Brendan Fraser, like. You want him to do well, you know, and then they just fucking. But
G-Force,
look, that's
man,
it here or there. Like the movie's fucking done. We're never going to see it. But yeah. What were we talking about before we fucking hit DC?
You just went off on a DC rant, so I just left you off.
No, what was the comment about the DC? It was the Scarlet Witch. You were saying about
yeah.
cancel the Scarlet Witch movie.
It was Simon, saying about fucking. Yeah, like DC have fucking just made bad casting choices.
But it is like the cross argument, isn't it? It's like, you know, like people rank on DC and fucking defense and stuff. But if the Marvel just decided to do it tomorrow, they'd be fucking heads rolling.
But that's because people are so used to a certain content,
A certain standard. That's why I think
Marvel.
people are bitching and moaning at one, because as you said, it
fucking tripped over themselves so often. People expect it nowadays.
exactly. Like, that's what it is. They're kind of not even kind of blown away by it anymore.
Look at those fucking idiots trying to make movies again. Meanwhile, G-Force says, "I've never been sexier."
You have not.
And Mick says, "Good Lord." Jonathan says, "Chris, what did you change?" Jonathan. Simon says, "Some arse on G-Force." Took forever to get into those spandex. As none of us are safe. Yeah, Sony actually put Morbius in the cinemas twice.
There you go. That's what I'm saying, and they made some money off that.
Yeah, and it's
not a lot, but they made some.
It's the second most viewed movie on Netflix at the moment as well.
What, Morbius?
Yeah.
But see, this is the problem I can't understand, is because
that's what I mean as well. Is it's shit. Everybody wants to see how shit it is.
But let's be honest.
A disaster piece.
There's so many shit movies out there that have still made money because there's still an audience for those movies, regardless if people don't like them. there's still an audience there, and they probably would have made money regardless.
G4 says, shit, I forgot Rum was in here. That's most likely going to get screen grabbed and used against me now. Tez says, I saw it. It was proper good. Like, I watched Morbius. It wasn't awful. It's just like a 90s comic book movie, basically.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard it. But I mean, to be fair, the Sony movies tend to be kind of in they tend to feel like 90s fucking superhero movies.
If they pull the film worth $90 million, it must have been utterly.
But to be fair, let's be honest, we've all had this argument already. Sony's biggest problem is Sony is trying to build a universe around villains and turning them all into anti-heroes. And it's just kind of stupid.
You've got a bit of pushback from Jonathan. He said that trailer looked awful. Only the parody parts of the Warner Brothers, Tommy gunning everyone down was good.
I enjoyed it anyway, John. I thought they did a fantastic job of it. But it just goes. I mean, a lot of people that I knew saw it. Like, that were kind of going. She didn't look too bad. I mean, it's not like they shot footage with a different actress and everything else and all that. Like, but yeah, but I mean, it's wanky out, man. It really is. Like, it's just, let people. I mean, if you're going to spend the money to make these things, just let fucking people watch it. They're either going to like it or they're not.
I'm not sure if
they have their plan. They have their supposed 10-year fucking plan that they're already moving. But what damage was this movie going to do to that? When they've released Utter Shite and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern they expected that to be good though.
Exactly.
You can know about yourself, G-Man.
And do you not think, right? Do you not think this is another thing? The fact that Warner Brothers came out and said this movie is not good, it's not worth going out. And if they had put it out, do you think fans would have been like, it's not as bad as they said?
If it's really that bad, though, I don't know.
I mean,
Jonathan says
it could have been it could have been a 90 million CW episode. Who fucking knows? Do you know what I mean?
Probably that's probably the problem.
Yeah, probably
another 50-70 million to finish and promote it, or write the whole lot off as a tax break.
I mean, that's exactly why they did it. The tax break.
Good idea, Mick. Good idea. Chris was right. Couldn't get a decent Avengers one, so I'll have a mooch. In the meantime, I've done one that's going to make Tubbs lose his shit. Brian, over to you. Okay. Brace yourselves. We're going.
I'm always up for fucking these things, man. I think they're hilarious.
Someday you won't be. It'll be funny.
Yeah, someday it'll kind of it'll hit me right in the fucking heart. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, take it off, teacher.
That's too far. That's too far. Why you got to do it? Okay. So I haven't looked at this yet, so fuck knows what it is.
Do you know what it looks like? I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest. I'm not actually, I don't hate this as much as you would think I would, right? Because do you know what it actually looks like? It looks like Neil Patrick Harris playing Captain Marvel.
It fucking does.
Do you know Barney from fucking How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, Barney's
that's literally what it's like. It's like fucking Neil Patrick Harris is fucking playing Captain Marvel. I don't hate that as much as I thought I would.
That's beautiful. G4 says, I'm going to say something controversial. I like Jared Leto. My so-called life, 30 Seconds to Mars, and all of his acting roles. I haven't seen Morbius yet. It's not really controversial because everyone has their likes and dislikes.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, look,
some films, but other films.
He has been great in some films. He has been.
Has been, yeah, exactly. He's a has-been.
But he just doesn't seem to be suited for superhero movies for some reason.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And to be fair, when I saw the Morbius trailer after the whole Joker debacle thing, and I'll be honest, I said it, I didn't hate him as much as most people did. Like, I still believe that like a lot of his performance was left on the cutting room floor in the original movie. I did like him in the Snyder Cut scene that they did. I thought he was a better version. But he's still not the best fucking Joker that was ever put on screen. No. He still kind of like hammed it up way too much. He kind of came off as a parody. But when I saw the Morbius trailer, I was kind of going, this looks like a role that suits him. And then I heard all the backlash coming after that. I was like,
See-
oh, Jesus, people didn't like this either.
I don't think his acting was the problem with Morbius though.
Do you think was it a movie issue?
It just wasn't a good movie. Like,
See, I still haven't watched it, dude. I still haven't seen it.
to me, I didn't think
Yeah.
it was great. I don't know. It just.
But to be fair, you got to look at Sony's.
It shouldn't have been a movie as well because he's a
like Venom and Carnage, right? You're getting a fucking movie with Venom and Carnage. It should have been amazing. It was an hour. It was an hour and a half of absolute bollocks.
It was an hour and 20 minutes. It was the shortest.
Yeah, it wasn't even an hour and a half long. It was like 80-something fucking minutes of absolute bollocks. Like,
yeah, like I've always wanted Woody Harrelson to play Carnage, and
I mean, dude, when I saw him, sure. I mean, obviously with the wig, people lost their shit, like, because the wig looked fucking so stupid. But when he first showed up and at the end of Venom, I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, because again, I didn't hate the Venom movie as much as most people, but I'm still in the camp that thinks that instead of focusing your entire universe on all these fucking villains, you should have just made a Spider-Man verse and introduce these villains as you could have done these movies to build around and build your blocks. You know, fuck me, man. They work kind of. They were working with the fucking MCU on the Spider-Man movies or the Spider-Man character. They should have learned fucking something from him or asked their fucking advice. How should we build this out?
They would have given him $1 billion easily for fucking Spider-Man, or way more than that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And then they decided, no, we're gonna. See, I think what happened
their
then
money
is,
on making Morbius and fucking.
But you can correct me if I'm wrong here.
All these kind of films.
I think what happened with them with Sony was Sony made Into the Spider-Verse, and it ended up being a global success and won an Oscar and everything. And then their balls got huge. They were like, see, we can make fucking good Spider-Man movies. Yeah, but just because this won't work doesn't mean that any of the other shit you're trying right now is going to work.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, what's the next one? Craven the Hunter?
Yeah, and they're on
don't fucking care. Like, I genuinely would say this right now.
As well as a disaster waiting to happen as well.
I just don't fucking care. Like, I really don't give a shit about that movie.
Fact, Connor has a $90 million Adidas contract. Man, that is money. Captain Marvel Tubbs.
Captain Marvel
Tubbs. Oh my god, yeah. Homeland.
Did you actually fucking hear the latest rumors flying around like about Brie Larson?
Did you see her interview the other day? It was actually
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're saying it's like fucking. It's looking like she might like want to fucking kind of.
It's like he was wearing
like,
Nike gear when I
jump ship, you know.
Yeah, but it's she's getting a lot of shit like as well. Like the way she answered it, like, oh, does anyone even want me to play her anymore? I feel bad
see, do you know what I mean? So I know, like, let's be honest. In this show, the running joke is the Brie Larson thing. So like fucking talk shit about her for like fucking almost 2 years. But yeah, I mean that fucking. Well, where's your interest when you see the fan base? I think it's like.
I like her as Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel isn't.
Now you know where I stand with it. Like it's
hero.
And this is an all jokes aside thing. I didn't like her casting. I didn't. I was never a fan. I'm not a fan of the actress either. But look, we joke on a podcast, but like, I mean, I've never went directly to like her Twitter page and started trying to cut her throat on fucking line, like, you know.
Yeah, some people do. Like,
there's rules and regulations to this shit. Like hopefully she never watches this show. You know.
Jared Leto was good in Fight Club. Mick said. I don't remember him in that. Tubbs, you're a bigger leading man than Leto. Also less crazy. I wouldn't say that.
Fucking right now, man. You should watch my fucking movies, kid. I'm fucking dynamite on screen.
Homelander, that's brilliant, Mick. It takes a special kind of fuckwit to fuck up something as simple as Venom and Carnage. Yeah, I don't know why they put your one into it as well. I can't think of her name now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and to be fucking fair, like,
that's it. I wasn't the biggest fan of his joke.
Like, the Venom inside in the fucking nightclub, like, you know what I mean? And it was just really
when he went to Mardi Gras. Oh, fuck off! Oh, it's just making me angry thinking.
At this point in time, right? But this point in time is, and I can't believe they haven't even tried to make this happen. Is unless they have, unless it's in the background, I don't know. Probably not. After Spider-Man: No Way Home, and you see the success of the movie, you as a producer of a company, would you not look at that and go, oh, we need to try and get Andrew Garfield back and capitalize on this and start building him into that universe, and then we can
You
bring
don't know. You
Venom
don't know what's
versus
going on
him. And
behind the scenes there, though. Fucking.
yeah, there
They
probably is
plans
like,
for they probably have plans
but
for
like
them
if
for
you had a
Secret
blank
Wars.
scape, like, but if you had like an idea to do that, like, would you not be going like, all right, we need to bring our Spider-Man back? Like, Toby's too old to do it
That's
now
what I
full
mean.
time,
Like,
so we
there's
can go with
probably a
Andrew.
deal in place there, like, where Kevin Feige has said, "Look, we want Garfield and the other guy. We want them back for Secret Wars. So don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything with them yet, please." That's what I think is going on there.
Or there is that, or Sony just don't have the fucking brains to actually fucking think
Possible.
like outside the
I
box
think
and
they
kind
just
of,
don't want to hurt their investment.
because
They
let's be
want
honest,
money.
what are they doing after Craven or before Craven is fucking Madam Web.
Yeah.
And have you heard the storyline for this movie?
Yeah, Terminator, basically.
Yeah, it is basically Terminator and Spider-Man universe.
Going back to stop Peter Parker from being born.
And correct me if I'm wrong, aren't they introducing like loads of Spider Women in this movie as well?
Yeah.
So, you know.
G-Force, as cult leaders go, Leto is the least murderous. Well, so far. Exactly, Jonathan.
And Ezra Miller now was kind of like is stepping up there, like, you know.
Chris says, I think it's safe bet that multi-million-dollar paid actress Brie Larson isn't bothered what a lot has said. That said, I like her. She did a film called Room, which is brilliant.
Now, to be fair, I've said this. Yeah,
actually, Oscar for, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the one. Remember, she was the kid and everything like that. She was fucking brilliant in it. And let's be honest,
I love her in Scott Pilgrim as well.
She was brilliant in Scott Pilgrim. There was another one about the unicorn. It was her own movie. She was this weird kind of. She was brilliant in that.
Fantastic actress. I don't know why she gets so much hate. Like,
yeah,
so she fucking spoke.
She is a great actress. She's a very good actress, but she's a bellend.
But why
though? Talks too fucking much shit. That's what's wrong, man.
The internet community. I don't care. Fuck that.
No, but I think that's what it is. In interviews in general, she just comes off like a fucking bellend, and like she just runs her mouth too much. And I think that's what it is. It's one of those things. She's an unlikable celebrity. That's kind of what comes across, and I think that's what people take in from it.
I don't see it. I have no problem.
I just don't like her anyway. I mean, you know this. You've watched the show for 69 episodes.
So we have like 14 minutes left. So Rings of Power, Tubbs. What do you think of it?
I'm fucking digging the shit out of it, like, man. At the moment,
so spoilers for episode 3, I would say thereabouts.
Yeah, I mean, I just look. I mean, with 14 minutes, like I don't even think we need to go into spoiler territory. We could even do a deep dive into all 4 next week, if you wanted to.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
we could do that actually. Because like we have like rings.
I am conscious of the fact. I am conscious of the fact that we did the exact same thing at this time of the show last week.
But maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should start it with like a deep dive into Rings of Power and House of Dragon next week.
A lot of stuff to go through this week as well.
Yeah, so we should break it into the 2-hour format next week. We'll cover the fantasy aspect of those 2 shows.
Because we were going to talk about House of the Dragon as well. You haven't seen it yet, though.
But see, this is what I'm saying is I'm going to deep dive into that now and get the 5 episodes watched by next week, so we can have a proper conversation about it. No, but like I will say one thing: when I first started watching it, Rings of Power, there was a bit of a disconnect at the start.
I got that too. Yeah.
That's because there was like Galadriel and
Elrond characters. It's what you expect of.
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm saying. I was so used to seeing certain people play them for like the Bones of Six movies. Do you know what I mean? For years on it, and then and anyone that knows me knows like the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy is my fucking jam. I love it. It's one of my favorite fucking trilogies. But there was this bit of a disconnect at the start where I was kind of going, like, oh, that's fucking weird. These are the characters I know very well, but they're very fucking different, and they're younger, and like, their stories are fucking weird. But after about 15 minutes of watching it, I was kind of going, all right, I'm in it now. I'm in it. I'm enjoying it. There was a couple of CGI, janky CGI moments in it, but let's be honest, the original trilogy had them. The Hobbit fucking was laced with them.
The Hobbit was terrible for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that had so many fucking bad CGI misses, but that's just CGI in general, man. You're always going to have no film's ever going to be 100% perfect with CGI, especially if there's a fucking ton of it. But overall, as a show so far, yeah, I'm digging it, dude. I think visually it's striking. The writing in parts can be a bit, you know, it can
I
be a bit
don't
off.
like without going massively into it. I'm not a fan of the Harfoot stuff at all. It's not doing it for
Yeah, I
me.
mean, I
The
know that's
Hobbit
kind of
stuff.
like their Hobbit section of this
It's
show.
their fucking Irish fucking pigeon accents is doing my head in.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest, I was watching the first episode, and it was like Nori, the girl, like the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
the main.
the curly hair girl. Yeah,
Well, like I mean, they are of Hobbit race, right? Because she's
yeah, they're a different type of Hobbit or something. Yeah,
yeah, because I mean, it was fucking what was it, Brandyfoot? I
I
think
can't
she was a
remember.
fucking Nori Brandyfoot or something, or
Yeah, yeah,
Brandyfoot.
one,
I
yeah.
can't remember the fucking name. My brain is melting now. But there's a connection there to the Hobbitry and stuff and stuff. But yeah, I'm digging it, dude. I'm thinking I like that I don't know where it's going, even though I know where the story is headed. If that makes sense with the
Not
with the
yet,
Nine
Ches.
Rings, is it?
Oh, have we talked about Cobra Kai yet?
Do you know what?
I
No.
think there's people in here who haven't finished it yet, so
Oh
I
yeah,
might
yeah.
leave that till next week.
Tell him, Brian.
Tubbs, tell him what?
Tell him like how many episodes of Cobra Kai I've seen.
Tubbs has watched none of Cobra Kai. Please
I
tell
have
him to
not
watch
seen
it.
a
'Cause it's
single episode of Cobra
amazing.
Kai, my friends. See,
Tell Tubbs how good Cobra Kai is, guys.
like I've said to Brian, I have a fuck ton of shit on a list, and what happens was as well as I've
But see,
said to you as
Tubbs,
well.
what I'd say about Cobra Kai though is each episode is only about 20, 30 minutes long, and
So it's a fast watch, like.
each episode ends on a fucking cliffhanger. So you're like, oh shit,
So,
put on the next one.
question for you. This is a question for you, so
Yes.
would I get all the episodes watched in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if I can,
Considering, right?
yeah,
Friday night, I watched 3 episodes of season 5. Is it now? Yeah, 3 episodes I watched Saturday or Friday, and considering I spent 3 hours sitting in a car outside a hospital Saturday waiting for someone, I got the whole rest of the season watched on Saturday and still went
and
to bed early.
how many episodes per season?
10.
10. Okay. So I'll make you deals, all right. In
And I
2 or
think
3 weeks
you'll relate pretty well to Johnny
but
Lawrence.
in 2 or 3 weeks time, so all right. If I can get all the episodes watched, like we could even do an episode of it, like a proper hour deep dive into that.
Okay, I'll be up
So
for that.
once I have them all watched within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll make it my mission to get them all kind of watched, or get far enough in that we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But
For that.
for next week's show, like I mean, I'll be up to date on House of the Dragon, and I'm up to date on fucking everything that we're going to be kind of talking about next week. Since it is the 70th episode,
Yep.
which is fucking kind of crazy. But
Man,
yeah, but I mean, but yeah, overall, House or sorry, Rings of Power. I'm a big fan. Not big. I don't mean big fan, but I'm enjoying it.
Episode 3 was the strongest one so far by far, I think.
I mean, visually, I mean, I'll be honest about it. I mean, I know. Like, let's be honest. Amazon fucking spent the money on the show. Like,
yeah, the first thing I noticed at the start of it was it's definitely one of the most cinematic TV shows I've ever watched.
Yes, I mean, I was worried that, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it looks
because
incredible.
It's a TV show, you always worry, because, and this is going back fucking Jesus, like fucking almost what, like 20 fucking something years at this point when fucking Fellowship of the Ring came out, and it looked amazing. Like, it was so fucking good in how it looked visually, story, tone, the whole fucking shebang. It just had everything. My worry with this one was, do it?
No, go on.
No. So my worry with the show was because, like, as I said, we all know Amazon like spent all the money on it, but my worry was it's still a TV show. There's only so much you can kind of do with a TV show. But when I saw the visuals of it, I was going, "Fuck me, this looks epic."
I'll tell you one thing about Lord of the Ring or Rings of Power. My dad, he watches some Star Wars and not a lot of pop culture stuff, but he absolutely fucking adores Lord of the Rings, the first trilogy.
Yeah.
Hated
And
the
did he
Hobbit.
like Rings of
Absolutely
Power?
hated the Hobbit, right? And I didn't like. Usually, he'd watch these things when I tell him about it. But
Yeah.
I was down the other day, and he's like, "Jeez, did you watch that thing on Amazon Prime?" And I was like, "Oh, what thing is that?" The Rings of Power. It's fucking brilliant. More
Yeah,
Lord
see,
of the
there you
Rings.
go, man.
Brilliant.
I mean, it
But,
helps if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. If you love the Tolkien fucking material anyway, you're kind
yeah.
of already halfway in the door. Do you know what I mean?
But
But if you like Lord of the Rings fucking like fucking content, like visual content of Lord of the Rings, you're going to enjoy it, man. I mean, look, there's, as I
Skeletons
said, like,
with,
go on.
the warg in the last episode of Rings of Power looked dopey as fuck. Though. Holy shit, whoever designed that CGI model was high as fuck.
But I mean, but there's been some moments of it where I've been kind of going like, oh, okay, that was a bit.
I will say, like, my favorite moment or my favorite scene so far was that first arc attack in the house.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
That was incredible.
Tell me something, right? Do you know the girl, like
which one?
the girl in the house, or pretty much herself in the sun,
or
the architect in the house? Dude, I was watching the fucking show and I was going, who the fuck is this actress? Her face is so familiar. She looks like Ruth Negga.
It's not.
But she's white. No, but she's a white actress. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but Ruth Negga is half kind of. She's not fully black
and
fully white.
She's another fantastic actress. That's actually from me and Brian's hometown.
I've seen her. I've talked to her.
Yeah, and she's actually pretty sound. I've heard. Yeah. So
she's dead on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but
so
overall,
let's go into the comments one more time before we go.
3 episodes in, I'm mightily entertained and impressed.
I definitely think you should check out Rings of Power or fucking House of the Dragon as well.
Oh no, like as I told
it's
you,
such a different tone.
Because I did shoot for the moon this week, didn't I? Like I got a lot of shit covered. But yeah, so there's like, I think by the time I get to the Rings I keep saying Rings of Power and House of the Dragon in the wrong sentence.
His was Hobbit.
I think by the time I get to House of the Dragon, there'll be like 5 episodes up, so I'll just have to like
4 now, I think. So
yeah, so by the time I get to it, it'll probably be 5.
Jonathan said, "Look at the Harfoots of shit, but they're okay-ish, apart from being right pricks when it comes to abandoning people on the trail. As cunt moves go, that's a pretty big one, but that's how they survived." So, Irish West Country, yeah, Lenny Henry doing the West Country accent is funny actually. What the?
Is that who that was? Lenny Henry?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Irish translation: poking fun equals taking a piss.
Yes.
No, Tubbs, that's incorrect. Proper binge watching stuff. Cobra Kai
what's
is very
incorrect?
hard. I'll tell you in a sec. Cobra Kai is very hard not to binge watch. Tubbs is the Irish Johnny. Taking the piss, G4. Taking a piss is taking a piss. Taking the piss is jokes. Too right, GR. Jonathan, yeah, we saw that one. My bad, Chris. I'm still learning the subtleties. Yeah, taking the piss out of someone is slagging them off, basically. And taking a piss is just taking a piss.
Urinating on something.
G-force taking a piss is also having a slash or having a tinkle or yeah.
As I said, urinating from your penis. Which is
not the same as having the crack. Having the crack is having the laugh. What we do here, not taking crack or smoking crack or having someone's crack.
Having the crack is enjoying yourself, kid.
Smith Lord speaks, says, think of me as your guide, old mucker. I don't want you coming over here and telling the guy in the pub you're taking a piss. You'll have no teeth left. It's a funny reference sometimes. My translation mishaps aside, y'all are really fun people to hang out with. Yeah, well, G-Force, you're fun to hang out with as well, man. You're having a giraffe, ain't you? See, that's English slang. You must be joking me. I think that means, but yeah.
Or there's another one that's used around our way. Come here, I tell you a question.
Oh, come here, I tell you a question. That's just come here, I tell you a story. Fucking A, could you imagine me in an Irish pub trying to fit in? Besides being able to hang drinking wise, my mouth will get me in trouble. I'm
Obviously,
gonna
they're kind of forgiven when there's an accent involved. That's when they kind of try to rip the piss back.
Chris says, I'm going to be off up the apples and pears for kipping a bit, 40 winks and all that. Might try it on for a bit of how's your fathers and the old ball and chain, you know, the trouble and strife. Can you understand that, Tubbs?
Yeah. I live that lifestyle.
So Tubbs, you're going to translate now for that.
Okay, let me read it again because fucking I listened to you do it. Oh yeah, he's basically going to go for a quick sleep and then have a wank.
Okay. With the old ball and chain? With the old ball and chain, he's having a wank?
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought okay, I read it wrong. I thought he said the ball and chain would be asleep. That's what I misread the situation.
Jonathan, tinkle. Smitler says, that's Cockney rhyming slag. Ask Tez what a Berkeley hunt is. Tez says, I have no idea. Yeah, I kind of, I know what all that means as well, but I kind of had to learn a Cockney accent for a short film years ago, and I came across a lot of those sayings. Now there was
I remember that fucking process in that movie, man, and fucking was it you with the Cockney accent, I had the Boston one, and my God,
I did miss a
my
few
brain
comments,
melted.
but I wanted to about Brie Larson above here. And Chris saying the irony of Tubbs saying someone talks too much.
When did I hear someone talks too much?
G4 says superhero villains take a different kind of acting. And Jonathan said, Tubbs, that's an insult to Bellins everywhere. Brie is just a cunt.
This is true.
Bad. I'll tell you who's a cunt in a minute. Tubbs, this is all deep diving metaphor because you're a tad short.
Was it? It's hard to see.
I love this comment, G-Force fellas. I must say this: I'm in a whole shitload of streams, and this is one of the most enjoyable streams I've been part of. Great hosts and great chat. Always a great time.
Thank you very much, man.
Very much, my friend. We appreciate that massively.
We love having you on here, man. It's always great.
We love having all our commenters and stuff here. It's you guys that make the chat funny, like, because
if you can keep up with the fast talking and the fucks and the fuckers, it's a great watch. It's a great entertaining fucking process. We all enjoy every Tuesday night.
It's a social media anomaly known as two cunts and a twat.
Two cunts and a twat would be Brie Larson, Ezra Miller, and Amber Heard.
They should all be shot into a cannon,
shot in the face and fucked like rabbits.
I don't know how rabbits are fucked, Tubbs, but anyway.
They buck in the back, like.
Tez, I want to hear Brian's best Cockney accent. I can't. You put me on the spot now, like, and it was years ago.
I'm the same way, man. I'm an actor, right? But fucking
put me on the spot. I'm going to be talking like a Cockney twat for the next 5 minutes, am I? And Tubbs talked over it, so you just missed it.
I did. That's our entire relationship.
I can't even do it now.
Isn't that our whole? That's our whole friendship, really. Like
G-Force McCop on Tugoville on Berla Decker and Leno with Bantrol us on motherfucker show. There you go. I don't even know what that means.
Jonathan's just speaking the fucking motherland tongue now, like.
Jonathan, that looks like Spanish to me, Mick. I'm pretty sure I understood that one. Nah, you bark shabby man.
Brian,
it's shat. Go on.
You should suggest G-Force should watch the Three Dawns and see can he follow what people are saying.
No, I'm not going to do that to him.
Just because it is basically based on like a very slangish type conversation and based dialogue.
Yeah, like, but that's about travelers. That's a whole other different.
That's my point.
Of English. That's a whole. That's my
point. Like trying to imagine trying to follow that along.
So yes, G-Man, I just sit back listening and laugh my tits off at the chat.
Nice one, buddy.
John, G-Force, if you think this English is hard to follow, try this, motherfucker. That's fucking terrible, like. But yeah, so my new sign-off, Tubbs, I think you know what it is. I have texted Tubbs every day with this.
Tell us, Precious. Tell us what it is.
You have it.
I fucking found the Precious, you prick.
He's gone Super Saiyan.
I had too much spit in my mouth to continue that, man. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah. So
That's
what
the trick to that, man.
what do I say? What do I say to you? Oh, Jonathan said one more thing you forgot to mention. Did I forget? Enlighten me.
What was the one thing?
I'm looking at my book here. We're going to do Star Wars next week as well, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the D23 Star Wars stuff as well next week.
Yes, I mean, like whatever we missed on the
Subpart
D23. Fuck
I have an
Subpart
Indian.
7.
I had an Indian professor for Philosophy 101, and I dropped his class the first night because I couldn't understand his accent. I could do that accent, but I'm not getting my show cancelled. It wouldn't be fair.
If I didn't get the show cancelled from what I said at the very beginning of this show, like.
Just stop it now, Tubbs. It's not fair on all the people watching. Okay, so we're going to go. That's a great impression of Matt, Tubbs. Can you do Tez? I don't think you've even heard. I don't think you can.
Oh, Matt?
Oh, you see, Tubbs doesn't know because Tubbs doesn't go into other live streams.
I know I do, man. I kind of venture in every now, but I'm barely ever on fucking Twitter, like.
I won't. Stop asking me. Oh. Great show, lads. All hail Super 7. I can go straight into accents, and unlike Brian, mine don't all sound Welsh. Away the boys. But yeah, so we're going to go because we're over time, and I need to sleep because I'm up early in the morning.
Yeah, fucking up at the crack of dawn as well, kid.
Thanks to everyone who watched, and thanks to everyone who commented, and thanks for all the laughs, and fuck Subpart 7, and most of all, fuck that prick CM Punk. And we'll see you later.
Mussolini.
Have a good one, guys. See you soon, all right? Laters.